competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
Black Friday year-end closeout event. Schottenkirk Chevrolet Waukee. Up to $4,500 off. Plus 0% for 72 months on new 18 Silverados. Including $2,500 and $3,500. 0% for 72 on Volt, Cruise, and Trax. And 2019 Equinox. New 19 Equinox. $245 per month lease. Only $999 plus taxes and fees. Up to $5,500 off. Plus 0% for 72 on all new Tahoes and Suburbans. Hurry in. Schottenkirk Chevrolet Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com. Black Friday.
Fletcher in Ankeny. Words cannot even begin to describe our Sunday brunch. You won't find a better Sunday brunch than what's being prepared for you. Try it this Sunday. The Fletcher, North Ankeny Boulevard in Ankeny.
Hey everyone, this is Dan Holm with Ankeny Fanatic. Be sure to check out our website this fall for the best local high school sports coverage around. Whether you're a Hawk or a Jaguar, we'll be covering everything from cross country, man that dude is fast, to volleyball and everything in between. Well, hey Kenna, welcome back. You don't want to miss any of the hard-hitting action. Come visit us at AnkenyFanatic.com.
Good evening and welcome to Ankeny Centennial High School. It's time to get the basketball season kicked off here on CISN.TV. Dar Danielson, and joining me here tonight is Andy Pollock as we have a rated matchup. Well, preseason rankings, Andy, and number 1 Southeast Polk will go up against number 10 Ankeny Centennial here. Those ratings kind of based on who they have back, what they did last year a little bit, and you know, as we know, you get into CIML, it's a grind, and there's a lot of good teams, and if you can survive out of that, most of the times you got a good chance to get to state. Sometimes you get knocked out by a CIML team on the way to state, and Southeast Polk did that last year, so they're looking to get back there again this year.
And Southeast Polk, this team comes in ranked number 1 on the season. They were going to be a good team coming back this year anyway, with Grace Larkin, Sammy Albertson coming in, but then they had Maggie McGraw from Indianola, the transfer, and this is a team that is just literally loaded from top to bottom. They're very good, and two teams really rich with history tonight. I mean, with girls basketball history with Centennial, and Coach Scott DeYoung won so many state titles with Ankeny, and then just a couple of years ago with Centennial, and of course Coach Daly, Tracy Daly for Southeast Polk, not too many years ago, they're winning a state title. We've witnessed some great battles in this gym, in the old gym over what is now Northview Middle School, and just looking forward to a great way to start the season off with two teams, like I said, just so rich in girls basketball history.
And athletic history in itself. Last broadcast I did was in Cedar Rapids, where the Centennial team was getting back to the podium, the top of the podium for volleyball, with some of the names we'll see here tonight. Rachel Schoen, Lexi Kiana Harris, leading the way in that as they got back on top, knocking off Cedar Falls, the defending champion, and getting back up there after they won a string of, 3 titles, and then they didn't get back to the title match and then got back there again. So just a tradition that the Centennial is building. All sports, it's soccer, I've seen them there too, So
just a state title this last year,
yeah,
so
soccer
too.
They've got a history here in athletics that in just the short time that they've been open.
Yeah, 5 years of being a school, and they've they were able to bring in some great coaches. Coach DeYoung, like we said in girls basketball from Ankeny High before. They've got Coach Reinhardt in volleyball. A coach that had college coaching experience coming in, a great deal for her. So one of the girls we didn't mention, Kenna Sauer, was an all-state volleyball player. I believe on the all-tournament team for volleyball as well. She's going to Missouri to play volleyball this coming year, and you'll see her out on the court tonight. And this is a team with really good athletes for Ankeny Centennial. I talked about the basketball players for Southeast Polk, but the athletes for Ankeny Centennial, we'll see tonight what wins out in that regard, because we've just, like I said before, I mean, the talent on the Southeast Polk team for basketball is going to be really tough to top tonight.
Looking at the rankings, the preseason rankings from the Girls High School Athletic Union, Southeast Polk number 1, Johnston number 2, Waukee number 3, City High at 4, Valley at 5, Cedar Falls at 6, Cedar Rapids Prairie's at 7, Iowa City West at 8, Dowling Catholic at 9, Centennial at 10, Dubuque Hempstead 11, Ames 12, Des Moines East at 13, Ottumwa 14, and Davenport North at 15. And Iowa City West took the first time the 5A title trophy has gone to the east side of the state since they instituted the 5-player class. It's been with one of these teams, Ankeny Centennial, Valley, Southeast Polk won, I think 3 or 4 years ago. So it's stayed right in this area till last year. And these teams, well, first they'd like to get there and win it. And I don't think they care who had it last year. They want to win it this year.
Well, and really around in this area, and I know it's this way all across the state, but these girls are no strangers to each other. They see each other all through. There's no secrets here. I mean, they see each other all through the summer and those summer leagues, in the fall leagues that exist. They see each other a bunch, so they know what to expect when they play each other. You talked about your rankings already. Johnston last night fell to Valley. Number 2 Johnston fell to number 5 West Des Moines Valley, so already an upset there. Again, 2 teams rich with history. We say that about a lot of these teams, but there's just a lot of girls basketball, and it shows in our college rankings right now. We've got three Division I teams in the state ranked in the top 25. That's tops in the nation.
Iowa, Drake, and UNI all.
Iowa State, yeah.
UNI's not in there. It's Iowa State, and Drake.
Yes,
right now.
correct. Yep.
UNI has a very good team.
Yep.
Not quite in the rankings yet, but yeah, I mean, overall the Big Four schools all have had good traditions there, and Tanya Warren's done a great job at UNI rebuilding that program. But and it's kind of been. It's fun to see, and then we talked about it. Some of these athletes have a chance to either go play volleyball or go on to basketball, and then there's soccer too. There's a lot more opportunities for them too once they get done with their playing career.
And one of the fun things about watching the Division I teams in the state is Drake especially doing it with a lot of Iowa girls. Iowa State, we watched not too long ago. We were watching Ashley Jones for Iowa City High on the state tournament floor and tearing it up, and she's now I think averaging double digits for Iowa State. So there's
Meredith Burkhall, who's
correct.
Des Moines Roosevelt player, I believe. She graduated from there in her senior year. It's hard to believe she's already.
It wasn't too long ago. I was watching her on this exact floor.
Watching them here.
Yes.
And that's the fun part for us, although it makes us feel older when you see these players and then they get into college and all of a sudden, boom. But so what are we expecting tonight out of these two teams style-wise?
Yeah, Southeast Polk, no one runs the floor and scores in transition better in girls basketball than Southeast Polk, and they've done that well in the past. And this year with the addition of Maggie McGraw, I mean, they're just outstanding at that, and that's going to be a real challenge for Centennial. Can they get back on defense? Because, like I said, Southeast Polk will run up and down the floor. They're going to put up a lot of three-pointers. They're not like a Grinnell College put up three-pointers, but if there's an open shot, they're going to take it. They attempted 23s in their first game so far this year, but the key will be, can Southeast Polk turn it into a full-court game? And not that Centennial will try to slow it down, but if it turns into a half-court game, then it's more the advantage to the Jaguars.
And that's very deliberate and well coached, you can say, out of Scott DeYoung's teams, as they know where to go on the floor, the pacing and the setting. Let's talk a minute about Maggie McGraw. You have a player who's coming in who's kind of a star in her own right. How does she fit in, or how does, you've seen this before with players, you get somebody come in, how do they fit in, or how do they, assimilate them in there? Because there can be some, bad feelings if she comes in and there was a player that would have been a starter maybe, and then she displaces them. And how does that all work within the team?
Well, it's well documented. Maggie comes in with knowing a lot of the girls from Southeast Polk from club basketball and the way they were able to play together before. In my experience with seeing transfers come in, it's all about how they want to fit in, really. If they come in with I'm better than everybody or that type of mentality, then you see everybody kind of shut them out. But if they want to come in and be a part of the team and buy into the team atmosphere, then it generally works together very well. And with Southeast Polk, I mean, the addition of her athleticism, the addition of her ability to run the floor, to dish the ball off. She's not the scorer that some may expect from a Division I athlete, but just all the other things that she does on the court adds a lot to the Southeast Polk squad.
Well, the two teams are getting ready here for the starting lineups tonight. Number 1, Southeast Polk, they're 1-0, and Ankeny Centennial 2-0 on the season. And Centennial had a couple games where they scored in the 70s. Their opponents scored in the 20s, so really not a challenge early for them. And Southeast Polk the same way, 63-30 win here tonight. So this will kind of be the first real test of both these teams in the early going of this season.
And what a great way for us to start this season as well right now with a top 10 matchup out of the chute.
They'll dim the lights and get ready to announce the starters here. As we get ready for action on CISN.TV, and stick with us throughout the season. Watch our website. We'll have various games going on, and also then be again at the Girls State Basketball Tournament, bringing you the early rounds there. And had a good run at the state volleyball tournament. Seemed like a lot more fans down there this year. It seemed like you look around and the stands were always filled up down there. So
I can't imagine many states do girls athletics in general better than what the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union does. It's a production, but it's also, it's made to be a big deal, and a lot of fans show up for it, and it's been fun. My job with you guys the last few years to be able to cover the Girls State Basketball Tournament. Maybe someday I get to cover volleyball as well, but it is, if the schedule allows, but it has just been a huge deal to watch girls athletics blossom in the state of Iowa.
So we're getting ready for starting lineups here tonight. And is it just me, or can you barely hear what she's saying?
I'm having a really tough time catching that, yeah.
So I'll pass it along. It sounds like Charlie Brown's teacher.
Yeah.
Wah, wah, wah,
Bad spot with the acoustics here, I think.
Yeah, the acoustics up in this gym. But it's Eliza Sutton, Grace Larkins, Sammy Albertson, Maggie McGraw, Riley Cruz, the starting lineup for Southeast Polk. Taylor Runchie, another one of those volleyball players.
Also a pretty good softball player.
Meg Burns, the junior. Kenna Sauer. Will Murray. And who did I miss? I missed somebody in that
No,
lineup.
you've got everybody. Runchie, Schoen, Sauer, Murray, and Burns.
Yep. So we'll pause now for our national anthem. Well, in keeping with the season, I think that was a Mannheim Steamroller version of the national anthem, wasn't it?
Not quite sure I've ever heard that arrangement before. So.
It's a little different, but either way.
Dar, I think one of the keys tonight will be, Centennial. This is one of the taller teams that Coach DeYoung has had. Not necessarily a tall person, but just in general over the course of the whole team. You see a lot of 6 foot, 5'11" throughout. So there's going to be a height advantage in about every game they play this year. The question will be, Southeast Polk is a quick team, and will Centennial be able to run the floor with them as they try to push the tempo?
Yeah, if you can beat that height down the floor and get your shot out before they get there, then it makes a difference.
I think you're really going to see Centennial try to take advantage of that height in the paint and really work things in, be patient, work for a good shot in the paint. In the past we've seen Polk use a lot of 2-3 zone and leave a lot of those open shots, but I think tonight we'll see what they decide to go with as they, I do think they'll pack it in on defense, but I'm not sure Centennial's that outside shooting threat that they've been in the past.
Tracy Daly joined us last year on our pregame show for the state tournament, and I said, I know you really don't want to be here. You'd rather be, coaching, but we appreciate her doing that. And this year she's going to try to be where she doesn't have to sit next to Yeager and I and talk in the pregame. Here we go. We're underway. Centennial with the opening tip. Up top with it, Michonne tries to hand it off, and it goes through the hands and out of bounds.
Already you see Southeast Polk really extending that defense in the half court. Albertson really pressuring the basketball.
Maggie McGraw will start at the point for Southeast Polk, going double stack. Across the top. Albertson looking to get rid of it. Bounce passes on the cut, and it's knocked away as Larkins went in there. But good defense down low. But was that Murray?
It was Runchie down low on the defense. Yep.
Shot out no good. A quick out on the break. A little long, but nice save down there by Larkins, and Albertson gets the bucket. And Southeast Polk is on the board first.
And that's what we talked about in the pregame. Centennial going to have to get back as Southeast Polk, like I said, runs the court better than anybody in Iowa.
Ankeny now with it. Up top. Bounce pass inside. Shot up, no good, and then the rebound comes off to Ankeny Centennial.
Now 2 missed 3-footers for Centennial so far. You can tell what the emphasis is going to be.
Throw it out long. Now bounce pass inside, kick it out for 3. Off, no good, and the rebound. Foul is going to be called. I think that's going to go on McGraw. Oh, no, Kylie Cruz, excuse me. The first team foul, first foul of the game, and that comes into the post, but can't handle it down there, and it'll go out.
A little full court pressure coming right now from Centennial.
So they've already messed me up with their numbers because they have all listed as odd. Some are wearing even numbers.
Good luck.
Turn at the elbow, shot is good by McGraw.
And McGraw, she's going to force that defense to extend out to cover her. That mid-range jumper is not necessarily the shot coaches go for all the time, but very tough to defend.
There's a drive, the scoop, no good. Rebound comes out long, and it'll go back to Southeast Polk. Off the miss by Schoen.
Not sure that's the look that Coach DeYoung wants so early in a possession for the Jaguars.
Well, this time Southeast Polk will bring it up slowly. Picked up out front, inside, up, and that would have been one, the bonus if it counted, but it's going to be 2 shots as it is.
And that's what Maggie McGraw brings to the table right there. You see here going to the right, draws the attention of 3 defenders, and as soon as they collapse, the ball is out of her hands so quick, not enough time for Centennial to react.
Runchie with the foul. And the free throw is off, no good by Sutton.
Sutton's first attempted free throw of the year.
Yeah, first one. And now gets in the book with that one.
Larkin's going to get whistled for a quick one there, and you can see there both teams kind of a quick jump on them, see if we can surprise them with a press, not a consistent press early.
So it's second team foul, first on Larkins. As it's a 5-0 lead to start with for Southeast Polk. And good defense, but she came down out of bounds. Liza Sutton for Southeast Polk. One up and pulled that pass down, but Southeast Polk fans want to say she was pushed out of bounds.
Yeah, and Sauer was over the back of Sutton right there, but there was no, I think they said both of them grabbed the ball in the first place. Nice take there by Sauer.
Driving the scoop by Kenna Sauer, and she gets Centennial on the board. 5:52 left to play here in the first quarter. Down the lane, up and good.
What a great take there by by Larkins.
Yep.
Got her with a spin move a little bit to the right and then back to her left.
Back to a 5-point lead here for Southeast Polk. Inside, Schoen up and good.
And Rachel Schoen, it's good to have her back for Centennial right now. She's had some injuries the last couple of years, and right now looking very good, moving very well out there.
Their leading scorer coming in.
McGraw with a little bit of a body right there, but she stepped on the end line, and you can tell right now that this is going to be a lot of physicality going to be allowed here tonight.
One of those where you know you're playing, a good team, and there's a little adrenaline to get started here. And now I think we'll see if Centennial kind of gets in the groove a little bit. Driving in between two players, off no good. Rebound kicked out, and that'll go to Southeast Polk. Off the miss by Schoen.
In a game of this magnitude, the officials are going to let a lot of contact go, most likely, just so they don't impact the game a whole lot throughout the course of the evening. And so far, they've showed that there's been a lot of body out there on both sides, and they're going to let them play.
Here comes Southeast Polk. Sutton up top to Larkins. Larkins down the lane, kicks it outside for three. Good by Maggie McGraw.
It's such a quick release. I'm not sure. I mean, as a defender, you've got to be able to recognize that she's a shooter on the perimeter and be out there with a hand in her face right away, because as soon as she catches it, it is out of her hands.
6 points, the biggest lead of the night. First sub of the night into the ball game. Kylie Cruz comes in to place Liza Sutton. I guess it would be the second one. Jessica Stewart came in earlier. This jump shot up and good.
At some point, Southeast Polk probably going to have to recognize with Schoen down there that they will need a double team. It is a mismatch down there for Centennial. We'll see if they allow Schoen to kind of be the one to beat her.
Long three is good.
Of course, if they hit those shots, it's not going to matter.
13-6. And there's a foul going to be called on Jessica Stewart.
You can see as Sauer went to post up, she drew the attention of Stewart and McGraw down there immediately. And actually, I think they got that. They got Maggie McGraw.
Oh,
for
did
her
they give
first.
that on McGraw?
Yeah.
Okay.
There was two of them there. It could have been on either.
Yeah, it looked like Stewart, but
as soon as they recognized her down there, even before the pass was thrown, they had both of them collapsing on her.
Sauer gets the free throw. She's got 3 points. She is starting out a little slow. 1 of 7 for the free throw line to start the season here. It's the first one, and misses the second one. And it's a 6-point lead for Southeast Polk. There's another three. Good! Kylie Cruz.
And that's an assist from McGraw. It's Maddie McGraw. She flips it out to her and then keeps everybody screened off with her body, and it just leaves it wide open for a 3-point shot. What a scoring start to this one.
Timeout called by Southeast Polk. We'll take a break and be back with more after this on CISN.TV.
There's no doubt about it. Saving feels great. At Mid-American Energy, we love saving too. Saving the environment by supporting tree planting, which improves air quality. Saving money by investing in wind energy, which keeps rates low. And saving you energy by providing tips to help make your home more energy efficient. Which means you can take those savings and put your energy into having fun. Saving definitely feels great. So does being obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Here at Ankeny Centennial, Jaguars call a timeout. Scott DeYoung wants to talk it over as they've down now by 9. Biggest margin by Southeast Polk. Into the post, back outside. Round the horn they go. Trying to penetrate that 2-3 zone of Southeast Polk. Now in on the post. Baseline. Probably not the best place to take that. Looked like she could have turned around, Andy. Maybe had a shot off the glass there.
I'm not sure. She was quite a ways under the basket. Nice job by Eliza Sutton to really force her with her body without pushing, but really force her underneath her to push her outside. We'll see what the adjustment is defensively for Centennial.
Now inside, then the cut. Scoop shot up, no good. Rebound battled for, pulled down by Centennial.
Shortest player on the court comes down with it in King.
They'll push it the other way for a 3. Good by Meg Burns.
It's interesting, a shot in transition for Centennial. We expected it to be Southeast Polk, and Southeast Polk playing very well in the half-court game so far.
Well, they keep that alive, but then she traveled with it. Fans were looking for some kind of push on the baseline, but no call. Lexi Kiana Harris is now in for Centennial.
And she's been really a spot player the last few years, not necessarily an expanded role. So we'll see this year she'll be dependent on to do a lot more out there for Coach DeYoung's squad.
Shown up and off, a little hard off the other side. Good defense in there by Southeast Polk. Back the other way with it. Here's the 3. Good!
Yeah, they can't leave her alone. That's a shot. That's a 100% shot for Maggie McGraw right there.
Maggie McGraw pops the 3, and already 4 threes here for Southeast Polk. Back to a 9-point lead.
Didn't recognize the shooter.
Deanna Harris throws it over the right side, looking for the cutters into the middle. Down in there to Schoen. Back outside. Quickly on her. Don't let her get the 3 off. She'll drive the lane. Dish out. Over, almost a strip and a coast to coast the other way, but Centennial stays with it. Schoen back up top.
Good defense here by Polk.
Runchi looking for somewhere to go, nowhere to go with that one, and almost stripped out there Murray. Southeast Polk really overplaying the passes quite a bit, and they forced the turnover.
They got enough deflects throughout the course of possession. You could kind of feel a steal was coming or some sort of turnover was coming. They just really had Centennial out of sync with their offense.
Got that 9-point lead. You can play a little, go for it a little bit if they get behind you. Not such a big deal. And
so concerned, so much of an effort to get the ball inside for Centennial that really had no one else looking to score.
Stewart onto the wing to Larkins. Larkins drives the lane, runner up and good.
Such a pretty move by Grace Larkins going to the left hand to let that one go in. They forced her back to the lane, and really no help coming for Centennial.
Lead now up to 11 for Southeast Polk here with 1:24 to go in the first quarter. Centennial looking to find some scoring. Now they try to get it into Kiana Harris, and it's not there, but she does a good job to keep it alive. Schoen dribbles in and now has it taken away by Kylie Cruz.
Just a lot of pressure on Schoen. Even at the elbow, that's a lot of pressure on the basketball.
Obviously, they know there's a 3 off, no good. Schoen with the rebound. They know Schoen is their top scorer, so she's going to draw a lot of defensive attention when she gets that ball in the post. Get it up to her high. Now she goes inside, Kiana Harris, and she draws the foul. That's what you want to see. Get it into the post and draw the foul in there.
And that's what shown at the top, at the elbow. That's going to draw the attention. She looks for the high-low game to Kiana Harris and draws a foul on Polk. I'm just so impressed watching the Southeast Polk team right now. There's so many girls willing to take control on the offensive end.
Liza Sutton with the foul, and they're in the inbound scramble for it, and on the ground they're going to call a jump ball. That'll go to Southeast Polk, arrow pointing their way on the held ball.
Kiana Harris on the floor, so much for Centennial early on, just a scrappy player out there.
Cadence Williams and J.C. Elliott in for Southeast Polk. Meg Burns back in for Centennial. Is coming up on the final 30 seconds here. Out wide, up top. Looked at the three. Now they'll rotate it. Good ball movement here by Polk. Oh, nice fake drive baseline. Not there. To get it back out. Up top to Sutton. Almost lost it off the foot. They're running it down.
You see Centennial's extended their defense here a little here.
Yep. 9, 8, 7 inside. Look up and good.
And right as we say that, they get him on a backdoor cut as Centennial tries to get more aggressive.
At the buzzer, no good. And it'll be 23-10. Southeast Polk after one. Back with the second quarter after this on CISN.TV.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury, whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
Miss your hometown clothing store? The one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us, or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we've got it all.
Back at Centennial High School, the top-rated team, Southeast Polk, coming out and build a 13-point lead here. Dar Danielson with Andy Pollock, and what's Scott DeYoung telling his Jaguars in between quarters here, Scott?
Well, we saw right there towards the end, they really extended their defense to take away the three-point shot, but just a little bit of a lapse at the end, and Southeast Polk jumps all over it. So really got to focus and play through the possession on defense and not lose track of where your girl is.
Centennial and White, they start the second quarter with the ball. Kishon, top of the key, over left side for three. Good!
And that's with a hand in the face there for Runchie.
Runchie gets it. And they get the first points here of the second quarter. Lead down to 10. Southeast Polk now. Larkins kicks it outside, back around. Kylie Cruz hit 2 threes in that first quarter. They keep a little tighter look on her now. Now look for the back cut. Not there. Throws it out to Sutton. And coach calling for trouble. Not there. Up and off the iron. A little underneath the basket. Albertson. And here comes Centennial away with the ball. Runchie. Over in the left wing, Murray. Up top.
That's where they want it.
Yep, and Sauer fouled from behind by Kylie Cruz.
Back here on the other end, Southeast Polk almost too unselfish with the basketball. Thought there was a couple opportunities for them to maybe get a shot up in the air, but just a lot, maybe an extra pass is what led to that turnover.
Second personal on Kylie Cruz, 15 foul here in the first half. Early in the second quarter on Southeast Polk. Down on the block to Sauer. Sauer across the lane, up and good by Schoen. And the foul.
The quickness mismatch on the other end of the court for Southeast Polk is a size and physicality mismatch down here for Centennial on the offense on this side of the court. So you can really see both teams trying to exploit that right now with Southeast Polk driving and dishing. Centennial just trying to get the ball down low and let Sauer and Schoen take care of things.
McGraw, her second personal, 16 foul. Here's the free throw is good by Rachel Schoen. That gives her 7 points on the night. And so a 6-0 run to start the second quarter here by Centennial. They've cut the lead down to 7.
Oh, and you knew no team was going to make it easy on the other in this game. Some great matchups in the past.
And that's blocked inside by Schoen. And I don't think there's anybody better than DeYoung in seeing what needs to be done and telling his team in the timeouts. That one goes off. Put back up, no good. Rebound, and it's going to not fall, so it'll fall a bit and one, but Schoen will go back to the free throw line here. She's starting to take it over a little bit in there.
Yeah, Rachel Schoen all over the court right now, and she's not just using her body. I mean, the hustle, the effort that she's putting forth is outstanding right now. See if she can keep up this tempo, this effort throughout. Trying to do the quick math. 36 minutes, 32 minutes. Excuse me.
That foul was on Jessica Stewart, her first, team 7th. So Centennial already in the 1-1 here, and just one team foul on Centennial. That one rattles around and goes. So 8 unanswered points to start the second quarter here, and it's down to a 5-point lead.
Yeah, that didn't take long at all.
Had been 13 after 1. Inside, knocked around there. Larkins comes away with it. Almost a jump out there. And having trouble getting through that defense back the other way. Sauer, she'll take it to the hole. An offensive foul.
Yeah, you could see that coming from about half court. Sauer, not that she was uncomfortable with the ball, but she was looking to give it up. She was ready to let somebody else take the break for her.
So it'll go back the other way now. Just a second team foul on Centennial, the first on Schoen. And Lexi Kiana Harris back into the ball game.
You wonder how much longer Southeast Polk will go without McGraw in. She hasn't played very much at all in the second quarter.
Southeast Polk almost 3 minutes into the second quarter. They've yet to score here. Driving in, spinning around, and Harris gets a hand in there on the ball. A little too much that time. And she'll draw the foul.
It can be so tempting when that ball's out right in front of you, but she got a lot more arm of Grace Larkins than she had a basketball there.
Yeah, if she'd have reached around and just got on the ball, it could have been a held ball, jump ball, but it won't be. And Eliza Sutton will inbound it. Gets it into Larkins. Larkins turns at the elbow, dribbles down, now kicks it back outside. Here's a long shot. Good! Sutton breaks the drought with 5:18 to play here. In the second quarter, they get on the board.
Sutton's another player with just such a quick release. She had Kiana Harris backed off just a smidge, and she was able to get that shot up in a hurry.
That ends the 8-0 run by Centennial. Here's a three from the left side, off short. Rebound comes off to Larkins. Off the Centennial miss. Larkins dribbles in the lane, puts it up, no good. Rebound comes off on the other side to Centennial.
Rachel Schoen was very, very late getting back for Centennial, and Southeast Polk not able to take advantage of the numbers.
Shot short there. Bella Robin into the ball game. Here's a three, no good. And pulled down by Grace Larkins. Down the lane, she goes with it and now attacks the basket. Andy, it seemed like they kind of got away from that early in that to start the second quarter. They were passing around. You mentioned credit the end of the first quarter, passing around too much and not attacking.
And there you saw Larkins there. I mean, she's really run. She never came up and challenged the shooter at all. And Larkins was able to take it in. Nice move by Kiana Harris.
Kiana Harris takes it to the hole with the kind of the baby hook shot there. And it's back to an 8-point lead halfway through the second quarter here. 28-20, Centennial. Handoff up top to Larkins. Against that, I was about to say 2-3 zone, but it's a man. It looked like a zone because everybody's back there. Almost taken away, and is taken away by Schoen.
Rachel Schoen's been everywhere tonight for Ankeny Centennial.
Turned it up offensively and defensively to Harris. Baseline jumper, good!
She penetrated that zone, and as they came up to help, that left Harris wide open for the shot.
Timeout, Southeast Polk. We'll take a quick break and be back after this on CISN.TV.
Is this guy a contractor who does good work or a contractor who needs work? For a reliable recommendation, trust the Better Business Bureau, protecting consumers for over a century. When you go to bbb.org to check out a business, you'll learn if it's BBB accredited, see its grade on customer service, and read honest, useful reviews from local people. For online recommendations you can trust, start with trust at bbb.org/Iowa.
Here in Ankeny Centennial, the Jaguars fell down 13 at the end of the first quarter, but ran off 8 straight points to start the second, and now it's a 6-point lead for number 1 Southeast Polk here against Centennial. Danielson, Andy Pollock, and Southeast Polk. Few things to discuss in the timeout.
Well, a big part of it is how they're going to play without Maggie McGraw. She got her second foul early in that second quarter and hasn't played in that time. And there's plenty of other girls that can make this team run, but really no one has stepped up at the moment. We've seen Grace Larkins go in and score some and take control and really try to penetrate, but no one else really willing to take that shot at the moment.
So looks like going to go some full court pressure by the Jaguars here.
I think they recognize without McGraw in there right now, they'd really like to challenge some of their non-ball handlers to take the ball up the court.
So now they get through it easily. Down the floor, up for 3, no good. The miss by Cadence Williams. And a foul on the rebound is going to go against Southeast Polk.
Oh, okay. I thought that was going to be on Kiana Harris, but
yeah, I did too. But it's going to go against Liza Sutton, which would be her second.
You see Southeast Polk's going to get thin on the bench here pretty quick.
Team 8, so Kiana Harris will go to the free throw line and hits it. Front end of the one-on-one. That's her 5th point.
A lot of free throws to come here in this half for Centennial.
It's both of them. And it's 24-28, down to a 4-point lead.
Just reading an article yesterday about Coach K at Duke, how he does not automatically put his players on the bench with 2 fouls. We're seeing that right now with Southeast Polk. It's kind of the thing.
Sutton misses there.
In basketball, as you put the player on the well, right now we're seeing a couple really good players for Southeast Polk on the bench with 2 fouls.
Inside, Harris, no good. A rebound pulled off by Sutton on the other side for Southeast Polk. Under 3 minutes to play now, first half. Centennial's clawed back in after getting down by 13 after the first quarter. Now come up and they'll poke it out. And now back in will be Sammy Albertson for Southeast Polk, replacing Liza Sutton.
And I think as long as Southeast Polk can hang on to this lead, Coach Daly will be content with McGraw on the bench. You saw them get out to, like you said, that 13-point lead early on, but really Centennial has taken advantage. Just not a whole lot of scoring on the court for Southeast Polk right now.
They've been outscored 14-5 in the second quarter, except for that one.
And there's their leading scorer, Grace Larkins. She's the one that's going to have to take control right now. It's McGraw that makes so many things happen, but we know Larkins is capable of doing that.
Robin up top to Harris. Looks like they're going to try to maybe spread it out a little bit here.
Isolate someone down low.
Over the top, up to Burns. Now Robin looks for 3. No good. And follows her shot. Puts it up a little long, though. And then the foul may go on...
It's going to be on Robin, I believe.
Robin, yeah. I thought it could have been either Robin or King, but they're going to give it to Robin.
Cadence Williams just kind of snuck in there and got that defensive rebound for Southeast Polk. Didn't see her, kind of disappeared over on this end, and then as the shot was missed badly, she was able to sneak into the right position to get it.
159, some pressure, but Southeast Polk will break it. Larkins dribbles right on through. Had Williams up ahead, decided to keep it. Hands it off, and there's a stuff. Right back, Kenna Sauer. Put it right back at Jessica Stewart.
That's where Kenna Sauer's most comfortable, when that ball is set up there for her like that to spike it back down.
Yeah, saw a lot of that in Cedar Rapids. And there's a 3 from the outside.
Southeast Polk in that 2-3 zone kind of gets lost in the rotation, and the shooter over here, Meg Burns, able to knock it down from the corner.
All of a sudden, a 3-point game, and the rebound off to Centennial. Be tied up, and that'll go to Southeast Polk in the alternate possession.
A couple of the star players really not on the court at the moment right now. I see Schoen, there she is, getting ready to check back in for Centennial, and it appears that Coach Daly going to be content to let McGraw ride out the rest of the half on the sideline.
Centennial's outscored them 17-7 here in the second quarter. Lob in to Larkins. She'll pull up. Too much. And the rebound comes down to Sauer. Centennial pushes it up now. Chance to tie it here with a 3.
Polk stays in their zone.
Gives it off outside. Now over the top, real patient passing that around, trying to move that zone. Over left side, now inside, a little too hard on the pass, off the hands of Schoen.
They had the matchup they wanted, Schoen being guarded by Sammy Albertson, but couldn't quite get it to her.
Larkins back around the horn they go. Over to Elliott. Now Larkins for 3, good!
Larkins really done a nice job of taking over in McGraw's absence in this quarter. The Jags going to have to identify her and have a hand in her face because we've seen Larkins is quite the shooter and just a sophomore for Southeast Polk.
Back up to 6 now. We'll see if Centennial will play for 1 here. Looks like that's what they're going to do is they hold it up top. Runchi looking, gets stopped. 7, 6, 5. Here's a 3, no good. Rebound comes off, and she kind of stumbled there. Sauer, and that'll do it for the first half. But Centennial comes back here, outscoring Southeast Polk 17-10 here in the second quarter. The halftime score 33-27. We'll take a break. We'll come back, look at some halftime stats after this on CISN.TV.
Every month or so, there's another story in the media about when and how often we need to get our mammograms. Kind of confusing. When this happens, I like to consult with experts. So I called Iowa Radiology. They recommend women get an annual mammogram starting at age 40. They know that it's the best way to detect cancers early and save lives. And that's good enough for me. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule your mammogram. Iowa Radiology, our focus is your good health.
Closeout event. Schottenkirk Chevrolet Waukee. Up to $4,500 off. Plus 0% for 72 months on new 18 Silverados. Including 2,500 and 3,500. 0% for 72 on Volt, Cruise, and Trax. And 2019 Equinox. New 19 Equinox. $245 per month lease. Only $999 plus taxes and fees. Up to $5,500 off. Plus 0% for 72 on all new Tahoes and Suburbans. Hurry in. Schottenkirk Chevrolet Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com. Black
In
Friday.
Ankeny, words cannot even begin to describe our Sunday brunch. You won't find a better Sunday brunch than what's being prepared for you. Try it this Sunday. The Fletcher, North Ankeny Boulevard in Ankeny.
About it. Saving feels great. At Mid-American Energy, we love saving too. Saving the environment by supporting tree planting, which improves air quality. Saving money by investing in wind energy, which keeps rates low. And saving you energy by providing tips to help make your home more energy efficient. Which means you can take those savings and put your energy into having fun. Saving definitely feels great. So does being obsessively, relentlessly at your service. There's no doubt about it.
We're at halftime at Southeast Polk. Dar Danielson, Andy Pollock. Southeast Polk roared out to a 23-10 lead after one quarter. Then Centennial came out to start the second quarter, went on an 8-0 run, and outscored Southeast Polk 17-10 in the second quarter. And we're at a 6-point ball game here at halftime, as you see the Ankeny dance team on the floor here. Let's run down some of the individual scoring here for Southeast Polk. Leading scorer in the ball game, Grace Larkins, with 11 points, 8 for Maggie McGraw. She was on the bench for quite a bit of that second quarter with 2 fouls. 6 for Kylie Cruz, 4 for Eliza Sutton, and 2 apiece for Sammy Albertson and J.C. Elliott. For Centennial, Rachel Schoen leading with 9, 6 points off the bench for Lexi Kiana Harris, 6 points for Meg Burns, and 3 for Kenna Sauer, 3 for Taylor Runchi. Centennial 6-7 from the free throw line. Southeast Polk 1 of 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 threes for Southeast Polk. 1, 2, 3 threes for Centennial. So good run for Centennial after falling down early. Andy come right back and start that second quarter. And then talked about the foul trouble for Maggie McGraw. She sat out for quite a bit of that second quarter.
And we'll see what the plan is for her. We know what the plan is for her for Southeast Polk when she comes back in. She's going to be handling the ball, and she's going to be creating for everybody else, and that's really what they lacked. We saw Grace Larkins really take over as the second quarter wore on, but it took a few minutes of recognition that, hey, I'm the player out here that needs to take control right now. So and Centennial really recognized that too and got a little more aggressive on the defensive end. And really, the one thing I'd say an advantage for Centennial right now is they have turned this into a half-court game. We saw some transition buckets early on for Southeast Polk, but the Centennial players have really bought into turning this a half-court game. You can tell the game plan is really to get the ball down low, let Rachel Schoen, let Kenna Sauer, let Kiana Harris, let them be the ones that score for them right now. The one thing that's really impressed me tonight for Southeast Polk, though, is just their outside shooting. I mean, 6 threes and a half is really good, and they aren't throwing up bad shots either. I mean, these are quality shots that they're putting up.
Yeah, and that's by 4 different players.
Yeah, it's not just
3.
one. Yep.
And let's see. Coming into it tonight, shooting 30%, 6 of 20 from 3. Although the 3 games these two teams have played are a little bit hard to judge because they got way ahead, and when you do that, you're not coming down and putting up threes, and and it's a little different there. So,
and that's all right early in the season to have a few. If you can have a few games like this, I don't know that either coach would like to have a game of this magnitude so early on. Right now, you'd like to see maybe can we develop that 7th, that 8th player off the bench, not the 8th player off the bench, but either the 7th or 8th. Can we go 8 deep? Can we go 9 deep to find somebody else maybe that we can put in for the 2 minutes that we need to have in when a player gets in foul trouble or a twisted ankle or whatever the situation is that you might need to get somebody else in the game.
But on the other side of that, I've heard coaches say, well, we're going to find out where we're at, and we're going to find out in a hurry, and that's for both of these teams. You're going up against a rated team, a good team, where you're going to see maybe down the road somewhere, either in the state tournament or on the road to the state tournament. So, a chance to see what you need to improve on and how do you need to get better. And so far here, Southeast Polk, we'll see how they come out and talk about it with Maggie McGraw in that second half, if she can stay in the game. That was always I think it depends on the player. Back when I played, which is forever ago, you got a couple fouls and the coach would say, hey, you get that third and you're sitting for a long time, so you can play with the 2, and then it got to be the thing, well, you get 2 fouls. It didn't matter if it was 2 minutes in or 30 seconds in, you're on the bench. Colleges started doing that, but then I think, as you said, we're kind of coming back around. The coaches are reevaluating it.
Well, and it's a matter of players learning to play that way too. When you have the fouls, how do you go ahead and have your how do you resist reaching in to maybe slap the ball away at some point? How do you resist the temptation to go over the back on a free throw?
Well, we're here at halftime. Southeast Polk leading 33-27. We'll take another break and be back with more after this on CISN.TV.
In Ankeny, words cannot even begin to describe our Sunday brunch. You won't find a better Sunday brunch than what's being prepared for you. Try it this Sunday. The Fletcher, North Ankeny Boulevard in Ankeny.
Moms typically get to make a majority of the healthcare decisions for their family. That can be a lot of pressure, but not for me, because I know the choice is ours. For medical tests like MRIs, X-rays, CAT scans, and of course mammograms, ask your doctor to refer you to Iowa Radiology. They work around our hectic schedules. They're the best at what they do, and they're so great with my family. They truly care, and it shows. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology. Our focus is your good health.
Believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
Miss your hometown clothing store? The one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us, or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing. Your size, your style, we've got it all.
We are at Ankeny Centennial. Dar Danielson, Andy Pollock, Peter Tarpey at the controls here tonight on CISN.TV as we open up the basketball season. We got another good one Friday, Dowling at Valley, and that'll be another good matchup there. A couple rated girls teams. Where were they rated? Let's see. Valley's at 5 and Dowling will be at 9, and so I guess we can see that throughout the season here, the CIML. We always do a lot of good matchups with these especially girls basketball.
Yeah, there's so much talent in this part of throughout the state, really, like we said in the pregame, throughout the state of Iowa, but just there's no off nights really in the CIML here. It's, you got 6 or 7 teams that could all legit have a chance at a state title this year in girls basketball.
So let's go back in the locker room again quickly for Centennial. They, settled down, come out in the second quarter. What's the plan for them here as they start the second half?
I think the plan for both teams is pretty simple. If you're Centennial, you identify the shooters for Southeast Polk, and you have to identify them early in the possession. You see them kind of get lost in that motion and offense that Southeast Polk uses. And by the same token, if you're Southeast Polk, identify your shooters and find, after the penetration, get the ball back out to those shooters. And, we saw as the second quarter drug on, I shouldn't say drug, that's a horrible term to use for that. As the second quarter went on, Grace Larkin started to take control. You saw her really penetrate more. She doesn't necessarily provide the ability to dish, like a Maggie McGraw has. And now that you'll see McGraw back in, you really do have to identify. You can't have 2 other girls collapse when McGraw beats her defender, because she will find the open player.
Southeast Polk went about 3 minutes in that second quarter before they got back on the board. And thankfully for them, they were leading, so it didn't and they still had the lead after that drought, but Centennial went on the run and then outscored them in the quarter there. So,
yeah, they had some house money to play with in the second quarter with their 13-point lead that they went into it with. What do we see Centennial get it back to within 4? I think at one point, is that 3?
3, yeah, they got it down to 3, and then Southeast Polk hit a 3 and put it back up to 6, and then that's where we stand right now here as we get ready to start the second half here. Looks like Sutton, Albertson, Larkins, Cruz, McGraw. Starters to start again for Southeast Polk, and Runchy, Burns, Sauer, Schoen. And
you got a scoreboard off.
Oh, the scoreboard to our right. I'm turned around. Where are we? Is that east, west?
That would be east.
East? And that is west.
Check.
Okay.
Sorry, that is south.
That's south.
That's south.
Yeah, you're right. You come in and it sits north-south because you come in and go around.
Now that the sun's down outside, I can't tell anymore now.
Yeah. And I didn't bring my knife with the compass, so the Rambo knife. Inside, up, and off, no good. The miss there by Sauer, and Southeast Polk will try to take it quickly the other way. And good little stutter move there by Albertson to draw the foul.
Yep, Albertson was able to take, Runchy had set herself up to take the charge, and at the last second just kind of slid her hips off to the side and was able to draw the contact, almost put it in to get the three-point play.
So Runchy draws the foul here, and the free throw is up, no good by Albertson. She's got 2 points tonight, and she'll get one more. Peters pulled out the compass on his phone, and so, yeah, you're right. That's south there, north, and then a lane violation, so they'll come away with nothing on that trip down there. One missed free throw and then a lane violation, or line violation. She stepped on the line, so.
I see a lot of that in the fourth grade games that I coach. I mean, she had to be just barely over. I couldn't see it from up here, but.
Yeah, you don't see it a lot in high school. But it's early on, so you got to get that out of your system. Here's Centennial. They're in the white. Trying to cut into the 6-point lead. Up and no good. And the rebound comes off to Cruz for Southeast Polk. Up to McGraw. Drives baseline and gets pushed there. I think that'll go get, is that Sauer?
That's Schoen.
Or Schoen.
Yep. Just a situation there if Schoen decided to take one more step to get to the baseline, but instead she opened up her hips and really gave her hips up to Southeast Polk on the baseline.
So Centennial only had 4 fouls all the first half. They got 2 already here in the first minute of the third quarter. McGraw keeps that alive. Now she'll look to drive. Baseline. Spins inside, kicks it out, and nobody there. The official looks around to see it was touched. Nobody saw a touch, so it goes back to Centennial.
That's the type of play right there that as the season goes on for Southeast Polk, you're going to see them connect and make that play, just not quite on the same page. Girls who haven't played together a ton yet at this point, so they will. You'll see them connect on that a lot more as the season goes on.
Burns throws it over the top to the left side. Now gets it back over there, but Southeast Polk quickly there. That zone collapsing on that outside shooter.
The place you're going to want to get is down here in the right corner because there's a lot of attention to Sauer when it gets down low.
Burns hit 2 free throws, and there's a 3-second call on Centennial. Burns, as I say, she hit 2 threes in the first half, so they were keeping an eye on her out there. And now we'll go back the other way. A minute and a half in here in the third quarter. No score out of either team yet. And there's a 3. No good. Short.
Good
rebound.
box out.
Battled for. And looked like almost a push there from behind, but Southeast Polk keeps it. As Larkins pushed her way through there. Now she spins down the lane, up and through traffic, leaves it short. Now throws it outside. And nice move on the baseline. Not there, inside of Larkins, up and good.
Great entry pass by Albertson. She just the interior passing off the boards.
Long shot, no good. Rebound comes off to Larkins. She'll push it up quickly the other way. Albertson is short, no good, and it goes off of Centennial though.
The second half, you've seen Southeast Polk play a little bit more of the game they'd like to play of running up and down the court. They haven't been able to convert their layups, but they've got those shots off, and that's what's caused Centennial to have some foul issues already in this third quarter.
Jessica Stewart into the ball game for Southeast Polk, replacing. There's a drive in by McGraw, leaves it off, no good.
Long arms by Maggie McGraw. Able to get that shot up anyway.
Back the other way. And Southeast Polk comes away with it. All the way to the hoop and didn't stop her and then put out the arm, and that didn't work. Runchie with her third personal foul and the third team foul here.
As the pace of this game starts to favor Southeast Polk, you see more and more they start to pull away down the court. And again, another transition bucket opportunity, just so quick getting to the other side of the floor.
Jessica Stewart, her first points on the night. I think that may be her first points of the season too. Second free throw, short, and they're going to say somebody in the lane too quickly there. Violation on Centennial, so she'll get another shot at it.
I'm not sure how the mechanics of that work for basketball officials. You got the official down low not calling it, but the other one over on the other side. I'm not quite sure how that works for basketball officiating.
I don't know if he's watching this side. Yeah, we'll have to figure that out, but it works as an extra attempt and a good attempt that time. And now Scott DeYoung wants to call a timeout as Southeast Polk's build a lead back to 10 here to start the third quarter. We'll take a break and be back with more after this on CISN.TV.
Fletcher in Ankeny. Words cannot even begin to describe our Sunday brunch. You won't find a better Sunday brunch than what's being prepared for you. Try it this Sunday. The Fletcher, North Ankeny Boulevard in Ankeny.
Here at Centennial High School, Ankeny Centennial, Dar Danielson, Andy Pollock. As Scott DeYoung calls a timeout, Southeast Polk a 4-0 run to start the third quarter and built that 6-point lead now up to 10 into double digits again, Andy.
And it's really not so much the half-court game that they were so effective on in the first half. They've been able to get the ball into transition and beat Centennial down the court, quite frankly, and that's what's leading to their points coming at the free throw line.
So we'll call a timeout, make some adjustments. Centennial, they're in the white. We'll take it out here in the front court. We'll throw it into the back court to get it in. There's Runchi. She's playing with 3 personals. Into the block. Now over the far side to Burns. Back inside, up and no good. The miss by Sauer.
Transition.
Down the lane, McGraw draws the foul, and I think that'll go against Burns.
Just not an opportunity to stop the basketball at all. McGraw gets it down court so fast, just a little stutter at the top of the lane, kind of lulls everybody into, okay, we can take a breath, she's going to run the offense. And then just like that, she takes off, and there she is at the free throw line.
McGraw the line, good. And Centennial, 4 team fouls here. They had that many in the whole first half. That one rattles around and down. McGraw's got double figures now with 10.
Centennial hasn't scored yet here in the third quarter. They've got some shots that they would like to have.
6-0 run by Southeast Polk to build the lead to 12. Biggest lead was 13. Good look inside and powers it home. Schoen, she's got 11 now.
Schoen able to switch hands in the air, went up with her right, decided she'd be better off using her left, and kissed it off the glass.
McGraw drives and good.
Maggie McGraw's fresh. She comes in, she's just operating at a little bit different gear than everybody else on the court.
Sat out a lot there because of the 2 fouls in that second quarter. There's a drive, offensive foul. The wave off the bucket against Kenna Sauer, her first, team's 5th.
And that's a post move taught literally since 3rd grade, but as Liza Sutton comes over on the help defense, there's no recognition by Sauer, and it's really tough to tell them you catch it, you're coming down, you've got the defender on your hip, oh, there's another defender right there, and that's how you get the charging call, and that's how she's picked up both her fouls tonight.
Kiana Harris and Bella Robin coming in. Lexi Kiana Harris. And it's a 12-point lead and the ball halfway through the third quarter for Southeast Polk. Up top to McGraw. Gives it off to Larkins. She spins, gets it right into the hands of the defender, Sauer. And Centennial comes back. Looked like a little walk there, but official didn't see that. Here's the 3. Good! Meg Burns, her third 3. They had done a good job of identifying her early on here, Andy, but that time she got free.
She had it, and really she's the shooter out there on the court right now for Centennial. You're not going to see anybody else putting up a 3-point shot, and they left her alone just wide open over there on the edge.
A little sloppy. It goes out to Centennial, and now Southeast Polk wants to take a timeout. We'll do that and be back after this on CISN.TV.
Miss your hometown clothing store? The one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us, or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we've got it all.
Miss your hometown clothing store? The one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see.
Back to action. Centennial with the ball. Trailing by 9. Tracy Daly called a timeout. This thing's got a little rough there. Wanted to kind of get them back into action. Turnaround jumper at the free throw line. No good. The miss by Schoen. And Polk will push it up the court quickly. Here's a three short. And wow, that looked like she touched the ball there.
Stewart gets whistled for it.
Second, just the first team foul here in the second half on Southeast Polk.
They were able to build their lead without fouling this half instead of the first quarter.
Ran off a run to start the second quarter, 6-0. Over on the wing there, Runchie. Now inside, lobbed it underneath to Kiana Harris, and she puts it up and good.
Harris did a great job creating a little bit of separation. McGraw had tried to deny her the pass, and maybe a little bit of a nudge, but created that separation for a nice layup.
Got her feet set good and right up off the glass. Up top to McGraw. Over to Larkins. She'll dribble in, pull up, one goes to the right hand, tried to push it up there, and then it'd be tied up by Schoen, and the arrow will go to Southeast Polk. Seems like every held ball's gone their way. Maybe
it just seems that way. I think it does tonight. I'm not sure I guess maybe it's when they're on the floor. That's when we notice it a little bit more.
Maybe because it switches at the quarter, but anyway, back in is Kenna Sauer for Centennial.
You know, Rachel's showing a really high-effort player. I'll be curious as she gets more into game shape and her minutes can increase. She's going to provide some big sparks for the Centennial team throughout the year.
Poked away by Runchie. It'll stay with Southeast Polk. And
kind of a great secret for Centennial. She's been shelved with injuries the last few years.
Lob into McGraw, drives the lane, gets fouled from behind. The bucket won't go, but she'll get 2 free throws. And that foul will go on Lily King.
King just overplayed her to the court side and then allowed her the boundary. Nice spin move, good recognition. I'm back in football mode. I want to say field, overplayed her to the field, let her go back to the boundary. I need to get into basketball mode right now.
Missed the shot and the free throw there.
It was interesting last night. I had a chance real quick to talk with Coach DeYoung after practice, and the guy gets me, right? He starts speaking in football terms, so it made things a lot easier on me.
Well, as long as he speaks slowly for you. Did I get right?
Correct. Correct.
42-34. Centennial, here's a three. That one almost brought rain on it, but it comes off no good. McGraw, the rebound on the far side. Up quickly to Cruz. She looked at the three, decided not. McGraw keeps it, kicks it outside for three. No good. And the rebound to Kiana Harris off the miss by Jessica Stewart. 8-point lead, Centennial trailing Southeast Polk. Inside and a push from behind going to be called. I think that'll go on Kylie Cruz. We'll see.
She's got a little bit of body on.
That's her third
on Sauer as she tried to go for the steal.
Just the second team foul. So Cruz will have to come out with the 3 fouls, and in for her is Sammy Albertson. But Southeast Polk will be in the bonus here in the next Centennial foul. Centennial only had 4 fouls in the whole first half. Outside now into the post. Under, kicks it outside. Not there. Runchie, back over to Runchie. Looking for a screen from Sauer. To Harris, now lobs it in to Sauer. She goes up and gets it, but can't get it to fall. Good job going over the top of Liza Sutton to pull that one in.
You know, Sauer just 2 weeks off a volleyball title. When she develops a touch, she finds herself with a lot of open looks down low, really uses her body well. When she develops that touch, she's going to be a force to be reckoned with in the CIML, or the Central Iowa Conference, excuse me.
Push on Stewart, her third personal. As we go under a minute to play here in the third quarter, still an 8-point lead. Centennial's never led in the game. Tied it at 2. Dribbling through to Runchie. Now back inside to Sauer. 3 off the back of the iron, and then battle for it there. Kiana Harris and McGraw, and it goes off of McGraw.
getting that ball down low to Sauer right now is creating a lot of opportunities for other gals, and the sooner she can recognize the double and triple teams that are attracted to her right now and kick the ball back out, it's going to create a lot of looks for Centennial. Just a split second late on recognizing some of that at the moment.
Murray in for Centennial. They get it inside down the lane. They'll take it back around. Murray with it now. Oh, kind of dribbled it off her foot as she tried to cross over. But gets it. Larkin's all over her. And a 5-second call. Or no, travel call. Okay.
I thought he might get her for double dribble. I didn't know how his interpretation of that was going to be if she had lost it, but she did put it off the foot of the defender.
And I thought it was closely guarded, but then he said she traveled. So whichever way, Southeast Polk likes that, as they'll get it back with 13.7 to play. And they'll take Runchie out with her 3 fouls here in the last 13.7.
A travel call is a really difficult call for officials to make. From up here, you can see it a lot, but as your official, you're looking for a lot of other stuff. You can't always necessarily see those feet moving.
McGraw gets a high screen, hands it off. Oh, knocked away. Harris shoots it. Oh, into the cylinder and out. That would have counted as she put it up with about .1 to go. So we'll go to the final period. Southeast Polk still hanging on to the lead here, 42-34, back with the final quarter after this on CISN.TV.
Hey everyone, this is Dan Holm with Ankeny Fanatic. Be sure to check out our website this fall for the best local high school sports coverage around. Whether you're a Hawk or a Jaguar, we'll be covering everything from cross country, man, that dude is fast, to volleyball and everything in between. Well, hey Kenna, welcome back. You don't want to miss any of the hard-hitting action. Come visit us at AnkenyFanatic.com.
Closeout event, Schottenkirk Chevrolet Waukee. Up to $4,500 off, plus 0% for 72 months on new 18 Silverados, including 2,500 and 3,500. 0% for 72 on Volt, Cruise, and Trax. And 2019 Equinox. New 19 Equinox. $245 per month lease. Only $999 plus taxes and fees. Up to $5,500 off, plus 0% for 72 on all new Tahoes and Suburbans. Hurry in. Schottenkirk Chevrolet Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com. Black Friday.
Here at Centennial, we'll go to the final quarter. 42-34. As Southeast Polk outscored Centennial 9-7 in that quarter. And they still trail here. Centennial does, the home team, by 8. Inside, and good double team there. They get it back out. As shown, unable to cash in on the post. Now down the lane. Over to Sauer, around the horn, back up top.
They're trying to get it down low, but the Southeast Polk bigs are doing a nice job of forcing the Centennial bigs more outside, so it's not getting that separation and really putting any stress on their defense.
Oh, and almost a run out there by Albertson, but she ended up getting the foul. Just a step short of coming up with that one.
That's one thing Burns did a nice job of for Centennial, is you don't see a lot of, at the younger age especially, girls kind of want to wait for the ball to come to them, a lot of young players, and Burns goes to the ball. That's what creates that foul. She goes and gets it. Make the defender go through your body.
First foul on Albertson, 14th foul on Southeast Polk. Lily King throws it over to Schoen. Now back out, Sauer. Trying to work it there. Backs in Burns. Burns has a 3 in each quarter so far, so they're keeping an eye on her. Now inside, and a foul is called. I think it's going to go on McGraw, holding down low.
It's a huge advantage for Polk to be able to have Maggie McGraw cover your post player. To watch her down low battling with Sauer.
That's her third. She sat out a lot of the second quarter with her second personal foul that she got in the second quarter. Now's got her third, and a minute into the fourth, she's staying in there. Runchie dribbles it out, tip, but now she steps over. If she hadn't have picked it up, touched it the first time, she would have been all right.
Yep.
But
as she gained possession, she was just on this side of the court. Right, nice job by the official right there to see it happen.
Southeast Polk gets it into McGraw. Calls Albertson to clear it out. She does. Up to Burns. Or excuse me, that was Cruz. Down the lane, and a foul called late on the shot.
I think the official was going to let it go, but then as Grace Larkins hits the deck, he had no choice. Had to call it then at that point.
That'll be unshown. 7th foul, so that's a 1-and-1. Well, that was a shooting foul. Larkins misses the first one. She'll get another one. Any non-shooting foul after this, unless it's offensive, will be shooting here.
Some confusion there as if there's 1 or 2 shots.
Yep. And that is off of Centennial. Sauer went high to get that but couldn't pull it down.
Credit Riley Cruz really keeping that alive, battling with Sauer. Didn't allow her to really grab the basketball, forced her to spike it out of there.
Southeast Polk sets up in the line there, trying to break out. Oh, nice save there. Kept it alive. Cruz.
Polk a little out of sorts here.
Larkins. Out to Albertson. So things getting a little heated here, and Tracy Daly comes running over and calls a timeout to save the 5 call.
They needed that. There's about 3 or 4 near turnovers in the 4 passes in a row.
Let's take a break. We'll be back with more after this on CISN.TV.
Saving feels great. At Mid-American Energy, we love saving too. Saving the environment by supporting tree planting, which improves air quality. Saving money by investing in wind energy, which keeps rates low. And saving you energy by providing tips to help make your home more energy efficient. Which means you can take those savings and put your energy into having fun. Saving definitely feels great. So does being obsessively, relentlessly at your service. There's no doubt.
Here at Centennial, Dar Danielson, Andy Pollock with you. Centennial hosting the top-rated Southeast Polk Rams. Centennial coming in rated number 1 in the preseason Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union poll. And the defense has ratcheted up a bit here in the 4th quarter, Andy. Nobody scored yet.
You know, we saw 23 points scored by Polk in the 1st quarter, and they've only scored 19 here through the rest of the game so far.
Dribbling across the top, over to Cruz. Baseline to Albertson. Now inside, Larkins crosses over to the right hand, and now she fights for the rebound, but it's pulled out of there by Sauer. Sauer comes up with a big board.
Great move by Larkins. If she can finish that, it's an awesome move.
Inside and back it in, and the foul. Schoen with the bucket and the foul.
And the way Rachel Schoen moves down there is going to be a mismatch against 98% of the teams that she plays right there. And we've seen her, like I said earlier, the more minutes she can start to get as she gets in game shape this year, she is going to be a force for Centennial.
3rd foul on Liza Sutton, 16th foul now on Southeast Polk. And the first points coming at 5:35 into the 4th quarter, misses the free throw. So it's a 6-point lead for Southeast Polk. They got the ball. Larkins throws it cross court. And wow, a lot of body there, but she ends up getting the block on it.
Yeah, Stewart recognized that she had the matchup to go one-on-one right there, and they allowed her to get away with it.
There's a 3 off, no good. Rebound pulled down by Maggie McGraw on the far side. Back the other way. And knocked away, taken away.
Rachel Schoen all over the place, a little bit late back in transition. I'm not sure that Stewart ever saw her.
I think she's a little tired right now with offensively and defensively. She's been all over the place. Here's a 3, no good. Bounces in the cylinder high and out, and rebounded by Jessica Stewart. Off the miss by Meg Burns.
Again, no one really identifying Burns as the shooter. She's the 3-point threat out there for Centennial. If you're Southeast Polk, you have to identify her.
They slowed it down a little bit. McGraw, and foul called on Burns. And that'll be the 1-and-1 now. First personal on Burns, but the 18th foul. I guess it's her second.
McGraw going to have a chance to extend this lead at the free throw line, and she's such a nice-looking shooter out there for the Rams.
And gives
averaged 18 points a year ago on a 5A semifinal team, almost 19. So no stranger to scoring. She's got a lot of weapons around her right now with Southeast Polk to distribute the ball to.
Hits the front end of the 1-and-1, and the first points for Southeast Polk come with 4:34 to play here in the fourth quarter. So that gives her 14 points. She was tied with Larkins with 13, make it 15 now. And they push that lead back up to 8. Centennial come down to try to work on it again. Meg Burns has a 3 in each quarter, but they're keeping her tight, and there's just quick hack over the back there by Liza Sutton. That's her 4th, I think.
Kiana Harris has a little bit of a height advantage down there, and Sutton just tried to go up over the top. I think if she stays vertical, I think she can get away with that, but that big swipe that she takes gets her drawing the foul.
That puts Centennial into the 1-and-1 now. A 17 foul. And Harris hit both of her free throws in the second quarter, hits that one. That's 9 for her. Those free throws, I got a feeling, might play a little bit of a part in this as Sauer comes in for Schoen.
Not only the free throws, but which players will be on the court here over the last 4.5 minutes of the game.
Yep. Alexi Kiana Harris hits the second free throw, 38-44. Up top, handoff to Larkins. She stopped, goes, push shot up with the left hand, not going to fall, and the rebound comes off to Sauer.
The old double outlet pass there for Centennial.
Spin inside, now kick it out for 3. Nope, he traveled with it.
I didn't know, I almost thought they could have got Burns for the travel before she kicked it out over there as well, so I didn't know who they were going to call that on.
Halfway through the fourth quarter, Southeast Polk hanging on to a 6-point lead here. They get it in. Larkin will push it up the floor all the way down, dishes off to Albertson, and she falls down. Now McGraw comes in, bounces across the lane, up and good!
It's not transition, but it is transition. A player hits the floor, you kind of get the defense rotating around. McGraw creates so much with her baseline drive, kicks it over to the open player for the score.
46-38. Scott DeYoung wants a timeout to talk it over. His team trails by 8 with 3:27 to play. We'll take a break and be back after this on CISN.TV.
Moms typically get to make a majority of the healthcare decisions for their family. That can be a lot of pressure, but not for me, because I know the choice is ours. For medical tests like MRIs, X-rays, CAT scans, and of course mammograms, ask your doctor to refer you to Iowa Radiology. They work around our hectic schedules. They're the best at what they do, and they're so great with my family. They truly care, and it shows. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology. Our focus is your good health.
Here at Ankeny Centennial, teams have played even up 4-4 in the fourth quarter so far, halfway through it. Dar Danielson, Andy Pollock, and for Southeast Polk, they've had the lead here, so that's plays in their hands. Scott DeYoung, what's he telling them here in the timeout?
Right now they've got to extend their defense, but not, you still got to be careful because of how quick Southeast Polk is. And Southeast Polk, you've noticed they've taken really good shots here in the fourth quarter, and they're not forcing anything. They've just been able to. You don't have to be choosy when you're ahead by 8 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they seem
or
to
you
have.
Can be, excuse me. You can be choosy.
Larkins, McGraw, they seem to have the. When do I push it or when do I hold back, burn a little clock, and if that lane's there, they're going to push it. Centennial in the white now with the ball, trailing here. Outside with it to Burns. Over on the wing. Now they go down inside the post to Schoen. Up and good.
See McGraw, really trying to deny her the basketball, but once she gets it, she's allowing Schoen to shoot. McGraw avoiding any further foul trouble.
Schoen with 4 here in the fourth quarter, 15 overall in the ball game. 3 minutes to play. McGraw pull-up jumper, elbow, good.
If she's going to hit shots like that throughout the course of the year, Southeast Polk is going to be very tough to beat for anybody because she's so quick off the dribble, and then she rises up and hits the jumper, the 17-foot jumper. Tough to stop.
Centennial up top, Runchie over to the left to Schoen. Schoen drops down, looking for her inside. Sauer's in there now, 2, and over the head. A little too much.
You got a post-to-post entry pass. It's not the best look.
Albertson will come out. Liza Sutton in for her.
Really a big lineup for Centennial, the smaller, quicker lineup for Polk right now.
And
here's where you want the ball.
Southeast Polk brings it up. Oh, almost miscommunication there. Cruz got it though. Sutton. Oh, looks try to get to Larkins cutting. Almost knocked away there by Schoen, but they keep it and then a foul. It's going to go to Kiana Harris.
I think Stewart going to the free throw line.
Yep. And hits the front end of the 1-and-1.
Southeast Polk been very good down the stretch here from the free throw line.
And that's 9. The next one will be the double bonus. Next foul on Centennial. And you just jinxed her. She was perfect until you said that. Now she's 3 of 4 from the free throw line.
I'm too far away from the floor to knock on wood.
49-40. Southeast Polk. And it was touched. They say, yep.
You saw Jessie Stewart was pleading that she didn't touch it.
Tried to sell it. She didn't have it, but the official said, nope, you did. Under 2 minutes to play, just 2 ticks under. Centennial needs some points here. On the drive, all the way in, scoop shot, and they're going to give Runchie that one.
Yeah, good finish by Runchie. She drew a lot of contact there and was able to finesse it in.
Now Southeast Polk has a chance to spread it out a little bit if they want. McGraw.
They're going to have to foul, but they don't want to foul McGraw. Not sure there's really anybody they want to foul right now.
Cruz with it. She's looking for some help, and now finally gets it off, and Tracy Daly called a timeout.
Had to be right there, right there close to the official. 5-second call.
Called the timeout. 1:30 to play, 7-point lead for Southeast Polk. We'll take a break and be back after this on CISN.TV.
Year-end closeout event. Schottenkirk Chevrolet Waukee. Up to $4,500 off. Plus 0% for 72 months on new 18 Silverados. Including 2,500 and 3,500. 0% for 72 on Volt, Cruise, and Trax. And 2019 Equinox. New 19 Equinox. $245 per month lease. Only $999 plus taxes and fees. Up to $5,500 off. Plus 0% for 72 on all new Tahoes and Suburbans. Hurry in. Schottenkirk Chevrolet Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Back here at Ankeny Centennial, Dar Danielson, Andy Pollock, Peter Tarpey on the controls here tonight. Southeast Polk up 49-42. Tracy Daly called the timeout. There's the Rams on the verge of a turnover under that pressure defense by Centennial. And I think we're going to see pressure defense this final minute and a half here in this ball game, Andy.
Yeah, they're really going to have to extend it right now, and there's really not a player on the court that you want to foul for Southeast Polk if you are the Jags. But that's how they're going to have to do it if they're going to want to get back into this ball game.
Centennial's actually outscored them 8-7 in the fourth quarter so far, but they've trailed.
Certainly not here. This is where you want to have the basketball for Polk.
Scott Young telling them to come up a little bit. Larkins kicks it back outside. Now they'll throw it across, and can't handle that. Liza Sutton, and she went down hard over there.
Yeah, that's right on the corner of the
floor.
Steps over there, the stairs.
She was going down backwards trying to save that ball, so.
Trainer's quickly over there to take a look at her. I'm not sure if she caught her head on the stairs or on the bleachers, but she grabbed her head right away.
Because she fell back and nothing to really break her fall over there. And they're going to help her up. She's going to come on over, and good to see. So the ball goes to Centennial. 117, and kind of a little free time out there for Scott Young to kind of set something up for this team.
And they've got a couple left. Both coaches have a couple timeouts left, so we'll see how they elect to use them here. Probably pretty aggressively, I would say, here in the last minute 20.
We're on the right wing looking inside there. Lobbed it up top, and then the foul call on Larkins. I don't know, from here it looked like she got ball, but they call her on the foul. And of course the Southeast Polk fans sitting in front of us thought it was clean.
There's no secret where they're going to try to go with it right now.
Yeah.
They're going down low. They're either going to go to Sauer or they're going to go to Schoen, and they got it. They lobbed it over top of everybody to get it to Sauer, and yeah, got the foul whistle on Larkins.
And misses the first one. She's 2 of 3 from the line tonight with 3 points.
You know, real quick, I want to mention what a fouling from Southeast Polk, their student section. Their fans in general, but a great fouling from Southeast Polk County.
Oh, that one rolls out and rebounded by McGraw.
Nice rotation on the ball.
Well, when you're number one, you get noticed, don't you? The fans start showing up. Dribbling across over to Larkins. Now they're going to have to foul. Centennial poked away. Runchie, could she get to it? And she's pushed. And that's exactly what you don't want Southeast Polk.
I think they're going to talk about maybe an intentional. I'm not sure. The officials came together afterwards. They are just going to call a hold.
Yeah, I don't know if
on
that,
McGraw.
It was kind of a scramble.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt that she made contact on purpose, but not nearly egregious enough to call as an intentional foul there, especially at this stage of the game.
That's the fourth on McGraw with 44.6 seconds. It might not mean anything. And the free throw no good on the front end of the run and one. And now at the foul again. Got the triple team there, but they get it through to McGraw.
They have to foul. There we go.
And
it's about 10 seconds that came off the clock as they were just trying to play defense. You have to recognize, it's early in the season, so some of these late game situations haven't been processed through in practice yet. But
you work on them in practice, but getting in the game situation is a little different sometimes. So send McGraw to the line. She hits that one. That now makes her 6 of 7 from the line tonight. Double bonus here. That's 18 points for McGraw. Leading scorer in the ballgame tonight. And that one rattles off, and McGraw comes in and almost able to tap that away.
Yeah, no one boxed her out.
And down they come, and a push is going to be called as Burns tried to drive in. Jessica Stewart, her fourth. And that'll be the 10th team foul, so double bonus here on out for Centennial. Burns pops a free throw, so she's got 3 threes and a free throw for 10 points. They've kept her in check really well here in the fourth quarter, not letting her get much open look from outside. And that one's up and good. And a 6-point lead, 21.1 to play. Centennial takes the timeout. We'll take a quick break and back after this on CISN.TV.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury, whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
Here at Ankeny Centennial, the Jaguars down by 6 as they'll go full court pressure with 21.1 to play, trying to knock off the preseason #1 Southeast Polk. And we've got some kind of something going on the bench there.
Not sure what that was.
I don't know if somebody spilled water or what happened. And
Coach Daly wasn't happy about it, whatever it was.
They get it in and fouled immediately. Now that was kind of a hard foul by Kiana Harris. That's her third.
You know, she had the ball initially. If she doesn't do that big rip away, she might be able to
might
get it
have
tied up
had
there.
it. So we'll walk down, and Jessica Stewart, who's 3 out of 4 from the line, will shoot 2.
Southeast Polk been very good at the free throw line down the stretch here tonight. And really, Centennial not. As I
There you
jinxed
go
him again, I know.
There you go again.
It's my fault.
All her points, Stewart. Her that one's good. So she's got 2, 4, 6, 4 free throws and a 2, and it's 51-44. There's a 3 off the glass, no good. And Southeast Polk will dribble it up. They are going to stay unbeaten, and Centennial will take their first loss of the season here. As that's it. The final 51-44. Well, they outscored them 10-9 in that fourth quarter, but they trailed by 8 heading into it. So let's take a break. We'll come back, give a look at the final scoring wrap-up and final thoughts on this girls' ball game after this on CISN.TV.
In Ankeny, words cannot even begin to describe our Sunday brunch. You won't find a better Sunday brunch than what's being prepared for you. Try it this Sunday. The Fletcher, North Ankeny Boulevard in Ankeny.
Hey everyone, this is Dan Holm with Ankeny Fanatic. Be sure to check out our website this fall for the best local high school sports coverage around. Whether you're a Hawk or a Jaguar, we'll be covering everything from cross country, man, that dude is fast, to volleyball and everything in between. Well, hey Kenna, welcome back. You don't want to miss any of the hard-hitting action. Come visit us at AnkenyFanatic.com.
Year-end closeout event. Schottenkirk Chevrolet Waukee. Up to $4,500 off. Plus 0% for 72 months on new 18 Silverados. Including 2,500 and 3,500. 0% for 72 on Volt, Cruise, and Trax. And 2019 Equinox. New 19 Equinox. $245 per month lease. Only $999 plus taxes and fees. Up to $5,500 off. Plus 0% for 72 on all new Tahoes and Suburbans. Hurry in. Schottenkirk Chevrolet Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com. Black Friday
Here at Ankeny Centennial, the girls' final 51-44 Southeast Polk. Down Centennial, look at the scoring tonight. First for Southeast Polk, the leading scorer in the ball game, Maggie McGraw with 18 points tonight. 13 for Grace Larkins, 6 for Kylie Cruz and Jessica Stewart, 2 apiece for Sammy Albertson and JC Elliott, and 4 for Liza Sutton. For the Jaguars, 15 for Rachel Schoen, 11 for Meg Burns, 10 for Kiana Harris, 5 for Taylor Runchie, and 3 for Kenna Sauer. Annie is kind of a flip-flop in that first half, 23-10, 23 points for Southeast Polk. Then Centennial 27-33, they outscored them 17-10 in the second, and then it was kind of an even there. 9 points each in the third and fourth quarters for Southeast Polk, 7 in the third and 10 in the fourth for Ankeny Centennial. So Southeast Polk jumped out early, kind of got that lead, and just never really gave it back.
Yeah, you really saw. I mean, Centennial got it down to a 3-point game there briefly in the second quarter, but really after getting out to that 13-point lead, Polk was in control the entire time, and they did a nice job. I thought they were able to dictate the pace of the game without necessarily getting into the full transition game. They got a few buckets in transition, but even then they played outstanding defense for being out-heighted by Centennial. But they were able to, down here, even in times that they weren't necessarily able to beat everybody down the court, they were able to get themselves some open looks, catching the Centennial defense in rotation.
Out-heighted? Is that a word?
Out-heighted. It is now. we're gonna put it in. Well, and if there's gonna be a way, a team to beat Southeast Polk this year, they're not the tallest team out there, and when the tallest team is your point guard, Maggie McGraw, that's what's gonna probably cause some issues for this Polk team this year. They're very quick, extremely quick out there, but they just don't have the height. And you see, as McGraw was playing defense on the post, you saw her draw sour, you saw her on Schoen a little bit, and that's what got her into some foul issues throughout the evening. And that's if they come across a team with a dominant post player, that's going to be a tough situation for Polk, but we'll see if they can shoot out of it, which early on tonight they were definitely able to do that.
Well, they had 6 threes in the first half. They didn't get a 3 in the second half, but they didn't really need to. They didn't really need to put it up from outside. They were able to work it, as you said, and be real patient there. So they have the shooters, too, and the speed. So that is the thing, as you said, if there's a team that can be more deliberate with them maybe here. And one thing out of Ankeny Centennial, Scott DeYoung's going to look at this. They're going to dissect this and go at it, and they're going to improve in the areas they need to improve. And one thing about this early on, you could probably erase this away, because by the end of the season, both these teams are going to be a little different and a lot better. And if they meet again toward the end of the season, it's going to be much different.
You'll see both coaches toy with their lineup a little bit, see what works, what doesn't, get a chance for both teams to play into some more different situations throughout the course of the year. And they're going to have plenty of opportunities with the caliber of teams that they'll play throughout the course of the season to figure out what works and what doesn't by the time they get to tournament time. And that's the ultimate goal for both these teams.
Yeah. So for Southeast Polk, they go to 2-0 on the season, the young season, and Centennial at 2-1. You see the boys out warming up. We're going to take a little bit of break here. We'll do that and take a break, and then we'll come back in just a little bit and get ready for the start of the boys matchup here on CISN.TV.
Saving feels great. At Mid-American Energy, we love saving too. Saving the environment by supporting tree planting, which improves air quality. Saving money by investing in wind energy, which keeps rates low. And saving you energy by providing tips to help make your home more energy efficient. Which means you can take those savings and put your energy into having fun. Saving definitely feels great. So does being obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
Moms typically get to make a majority of the healthcare decisions for their family. That can be a lot of pressure, but not for me, because I know the choice is ours. For medical tests like MRIs, X-rays, CAT scans, and of course mammograms, ask your doctor to refer you to Iowa Radiology. They work around our hectic schedules, they're the best at what they do, and they're so great with my family. They truly care, and it shows. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology, our focus is your good health.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury, whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
Is this guy a contractor who does good work or a contractor who needs work? For a reliable recommendation, trust the Better Business Bureau, protecting consumers for over a century. When you go to bbb.org to check out a business, you'll learn if it's BBB accredited, see its grade on customer service, and read honest, useful reviews from local people. For online recommendations you can trust, start with trust at bbb.org/Iowa. Is this guy a contractor who does good work or a contractor who needs work? For a reliable recommendation, trust the Better Business Bureau, protecting consumers for over a century.
We're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we've got it all.
Miss your hometown clothing store? The one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L.
here at Centennial High School in Ankeny. Dar Danielson, Andy Pollock, as we get ready for the second half of our doubleheader on CISN.TV. Well, the boys ball game here tonight, and for Southeast Polk, Andy, it's going to be a little bit of a new season, a new coach, a little bit of everything's new here for them, as they've had got a note from the coach. 6 out of the last 7 seasons they've had a losing season, so Coach Alan Jenkins going to try to turn things around here with this team and get them headed back on the right track. And we talked about with the girls and the boys too in the CML, a place to try to turn a program around is not easy, because you're going to face good teams every night. But we know Southeast Polk, they've got some good athletes there, and so we'll see what they can do here.
Sure, and they've got some of these guys that are just a week and a half out of playing in the Unidome in the state football playoffs as well. Made it to the semifinals. So Southeast Polk's a team that they're young on experience right now, but it's going to bode well down the road. Not sure if it will pay dividends yet this year, but down the road they've got some young talent in some classes coming up. Centennial kind of the same way, looking a lot at this junior class as a very talented class for them right now. So we'll see how things shake out tonight. We usher in the Alan Jenkins era for Southeast Polk. Came from Atlantic. That's where he's been. Not much film. I know Centennial's been kind of studying some Atlantic film to see what they've done in the past, and it's an advantage for Southeast Polk tonight to not really have any idea what they're going to come out with.
And then Bob Fontana, he came over from Cedar Rapids, has been here at the Ankeny Centennial and kind of been building this program, and so a little advantage there and experience in the system for the Centennial players.
And Bob gets kids that play hard, they play tough. I mean, that's kind of that's been an echo throughout the Centennial system in the different sports that they have. So you're going to see, you'll have the guys diving on the floor. You'll have the guys that will body up if they need to right now. Just a lot of tough kids that come up, especially through the basketball program.
So getting ready to announce the starting lineups here tonight for these two teams. And it'll be the first game of the season for both. And so waiting on this announcement of the starting lineups here. And I should mention, Paul Yeager is going to be here in Ankeny, one school or the other, doing a lot of the ball games this year, so keep an eye on the CISN.TV schedule.
I know he would have loved to have been here tonight as well, but his oldest son has a band concert, so you got to do the daddy thing as well.
James Glenn, a 5'10 sophomore starter. Daniel Hackbarth, a 6'1 senior. I remember him from last year. Good player. Sam Glenn, 6'3 senior. Dominic Canigiano, 6'2 sophomore. And Josiah Cole, a 6'2 senior.
Cole, the quarterback off their semifinal football team.
And Preston Kelling, a 6'2 junior for the Jaguars. 5'11 senior Tyler Rogers. 6'4 senior Lathan Brandt. 6'7 junior Micah Johnson, a junior forward. Excuse me, Cody McCullough. Now Micah Johnson, so 2 6'7 guys in there.
Yeah,
you see right away that's going to be the issue with Southeast Polk.
Yeah, we knew there's a little bit of a chess match going.
They're going to be out-heighted, as you would say.
We knew there's going to be a little bit of a chess match in who was going to start this evening. But you definitely see Centennial going with a big lineup. And the tallest player on the Southeast Polk squad is 6'4", and he doesn't even start with Ethan Amundsen. So you've got The tallest starter in there right now, senior Sam Glenn. He's given up 4 inches to a couple different players on the Centennial team.
So it'll be interesting to see the way they handle this, and just kind of looking at it. Their leading scorer, Willie Tunks, from last year graduated. Hackbarth averaged about 4 points last year. So really they're going to be looking for a little bit of everything scoring-wise here.
You know, we may see something similar to the girls' game that we saw before, Southeast Polk. As you can see, they're definitely smaller. You can see from up here, but the quicker, see if they can use their quickness advantage and really press and try to push the tempo.
The Centennial wins the tip. They're in the white. Southeast Polk in the gold uniforms. Down on the baseline, knocked away and picked up by Hackbarth.
Quick foul.
Quick foul called.
It's me on Johnson, I believe, is first.
Yep, Micah Johnson picks up the foul early on. First foul of the ball game. Back cut by Southeast Polk, and Johnson gets a block on the other end. Trying not to pick up the quick foul there, but he had
close to getting 2 in 30 seconds.
Had hands straight up, though, and they aren't going to call it if you do that. There's Tyler Rogers with the first bucket of the game.
Yeah, good, strong physical move by Rogers.
And here comes Southeast Polk.
The height advantage on the inside is going to allow Centennial to extend their other guys a lot deeper because they have a couple different rim protectors in there.
Hackbarth to Glenn for 3. Sam Glenn.
No hesitation there. And Glenn, you know, if there is a height mismatch, it's out there on the edge. Glenn on the perimeter's got a couple inches on the other guys he's going against.
Down the lane, and good defensive play by Sam Glenn there. He put his hand right in there and stopped Cody McCullough from getting the shot. And 3-2, Southeast Polk trails, but with the ball. Hackbarth up top to Glenn. Over to Hackbarth on the wing. He drives in against McCullough, backs out. And there's a 3.
That is right with Tyler Rogers' hand in his face, and just, he said before, no hesitation. He pulls up, and that was from probably about 25 feet away.
So 6-2. First lead for Southeast Polk. And there's quick jumper back the other way, Lathan Brandt. Gets Centennial back on the board. Driving the lane, kicking it out, and there's a travel there. Shuffle of the feet by Josiah Cole.
Yeah, he caught the ball, and as he went to square up, you could just see the feet. He used his feet to get squared up.
I think he looked over the left. Should I pass it or shoot it? And as he was doing that, he shuffled the feet and turned it over. So Centennial coming down with a chance to tie it up or take the lead here. Up top with it. Johnson, pull up, it's good.
Nice smooth jump shot by Micah Johnson. You know, a guy like him, he's not going to take too many people off the dribble, but just create a little bit of separation to hit that shot at the elbow.
They got her first tie of the ball game, 6-6. There's Cole. Up top. Now over to James Glenn. Caggiano down the lane, kicks it out for 3. Good! Josiah Cole.
And you see the condensing of the defenders for Centennial. I don't think they have to do that. They've got that height advantage down low. They don't need to be doubling down low on the penetration.
Probably something they'll figure out as they go along here.
Especially the way Southeast Polk is shooting the three-pointer.
Inside to McCullough, he's tied up there by Dominic Caggiano. And the arrow's pointing to Southeast Polk, so they'll get the ball back. And 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Southeast Polk leading early on. Opening ball game of the season for both these teams. Down the lane, tried to pass it off to Cole, but knocked away. McCullough battling for it. He finally comes away with it for Centennial. The other way, stop and go, and the drive and the foul.
Rogers, the hesitation move, quick move off the dribble at the top of the key, finds himself at the free throw line. You know, Tyler Rogers giving up a couple inches to Sam Glenn, not giving up any pounds. Tyler Rogers definitely found his way to the weight room before. The guy is well put together out there.
Hackbarth hits the free throw. That was a foul on A foul on Hackworth, I should say. Free throw hit by Rogers. Makes it 7-9. Hits the second one. And he's got 4 of the 8 Centennial points. 9-8 early going here. And out to Cole. He's pressured out there by Centennial. And gets it off to Sam Glenn. Glenn for 3 again, and he's fouled on the three-point shot by Rogers, so he'll get to go to the line. He's hit 2 threes already.
And Rogers has to be so close to him anyway, and then on the closeout after the shot, just a little extra hip at the end. He had him in a box-out position, but
we'll see if he can hit from close range after hitting 2 threes. He pops the first one. Second free throw coming. Good. And Garrett Seversike comes in to replace Rogers. And it's the third free throw coming for Sam Glenn. Right through the net. He's got 9 of their 12 points.
It's quite the pace he's on so far tonight.
3 long ones and 3 from the free throw line. McCullough over the left side to Brandt. Inside to McCullough, up out of the cylinder, no good, and he gets called coming over the back there of Cole on the rebound.
McCullough's got about a half a foot height advantage over Cole. Got him in the position that he wanted him in down there, but draws his second foul. I don't think he even realized he was going up over his back to get the free throw, or to get the rebound.
Fouls it from behind there, and halfway through the first quarter, Southeast Polk with the 4-point lead. Now stolen away. Breeding down, and he gets fouled from behind. Southeast Polk fans down there thought it was clean, but the official says nope.
I think Breeding was getting ready to throw that ball down. He had that little stutter right before he went up, and they
Caggiano
got a lot of ball, but just enough. Oof.
And this is the first free throw. And misses them both, but rebounded by Brandt. Back out to Kelling. Kelling down the lane, misses it. Rebound, pulled down by Glenn. That's Sam Glenn. He comes up on the break. 3-on-2, dishes off, up and misses it. And then the battle for the rebound will stay with Southeast Polk.
So much contact both ways coming down the court. I was waiting for a whistle, but I'm not sure the officials even knew who to call fouls on.
A lot of action under the basket early going here. Get it into Cole. And there's a walk by James Glenn.
Just coming around off the low screen. Just got his feet moving a little bit too quick.
Sam Glenn's the senior. James Glenn is the sophomore.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say they're brothers, judging by the way they appear to look almost identical.
Yep. A couple years apart, but McCullough. Now inside to McCullough, and he just lays it over the rim. That was nice.
Yeah, great dish by Lathan Brandt. Kind of lulled everybody, looked over to the right side of the court, and then no-look bounce pass.
Lead down to 2 for Southeast Polk with the ball, and now they draw the foul on the drive against Lathan Brandt.
You can really see Southeast Polk using their quickness right now. I mean, they are really trying to push the tempo, really try to get the ball. I mean, they have no height advantage anywhere on the court right now, and they, with the exception maybe of Glenn out there.
14th foul. They bring in Caleb Cryer into the lineup. And Eli Christensen, excuse me.
Caleb Van Meter in for Centennial as well.
And he stepped on the far side. Sam Glenn stepped on the line. And back to Centennial.
You know, seeing James Glenn out there for Southeast Polk, this kid's going to be a talent down the road. He is, a couple of years in the weight room to become more physical, and he's smooth.
3 lefty, no good, and the rebound pulled down by Dominic Caggiano for Southeast Polk. Sam Glenn brings it up and over to Christensen. He'll dribble through the lane, has it knocked away, and runs into McCullough down there, but Centennial comes away with it.
Kelling tried to go through his legs and made it look pretty smooth for not quite completing the task.
And then a foul out front.
Well, hand check on Christensen.
Yep, on Christensen. His first, just the third team foul on Southeast Polk. Fred Johnson in for Southeast Polk and Tyler Rogers back in for Centennial. And here comes Centennial, looking to tie it up or go ahead.
Polk hasn't scored in a while.
There's a 3 off the iron, no good. Rattled around, pulled down by McCullough. Back up, and he gets through traffic somehow. Cody McCullough, and draws the foul.
I think they're going to get, Caggiano, I think, is who they're going to call for the foul. I really thought they were going to whistle it on Fred Johnson out there. He was the one that took a big swipe, but I think they're going to call Caggiano on the body coming under.
They did, and now he'll have to come out with the 2 fouls, and Jackson Daly will come in. Also coming in for Centennial is Carter Kester.
I assume.
Or no, that's Brady Peterson, I think. That's who they had in the scoreboard.
Okay.
Or the scorebook. They got 2 guys with 44 on the program.
I've got 4 in my program list as 44, so that's.
And there's a foul on Southeast Polk. And Sam Glenn.
The pace of this game has really slowed down quite a bit recently, over the last 2 or 3 minutes.
They lob it out deep to, I believe, Brady Peterson. Kelling drives the lane, pushes it up through the defender. And that's Centennial's first lead since the 2-0. They led 2-0 off the first bucket here against Southeast Polk. Southeast Polk on a bit of a scoring drought right now.
Got to figure out a way to get the ball back in the hands of Glenn. They're trying.
Christensen gets it up top to Sam Glenn. And a travel call.
I think right now Centennial's settled in, and they've got Polk playing at a little bit different pace than they were early on. They've slowed them up and forced them to do some things out around the perimeter that I'm not sure they want to be doing.
So James Glenn comes back in. And Centennial looking to build on their 2-point lead, the biggest they've had in the ball game. And there you see McCullough almost looked like he was tapping away, but it went out too far out, and Glenn comes up with it to Glenn. Over on the far side to Daly.
Nice move.
And I think Jackson Daly is Tracy Daly's son, the girls' coach, I think, on that. I met him at the state basketball tournament, but that was a whole year ago.
All right. It would make a lot of sense.
Under a minute to play. Centennial with the ball here in the first quarter with a 2-point lead. Right side looking to lob in there, not there. Over to McCullough, now down on the baseline to Kelling. Up top to Rogers. Kelling.
Southeast Polk's perimeter defense has been very good, really not allowing Centennial to penetrate at all.
They're playing tight, but they're not allowing the drive, are they?
Correct.
Except for there, Kelling goes a running right-hander is good.
I think Glenn was expecting some help as he came into the lane, and there was no help. Kelling got it up there.
And up top, almost lost by Glenn, and put up the three. Oh, almost banks it in at the buzzer.
Glenn tried to draw another one, and
so
he was close because there was contact for sure.
At the end of one, Centennial takes a 4-point lead, 16-12. Back with the second quarter after this on CISN.TV.
In Ankeny, words cannot even begin to describe our Sunday brunch. You won't find a better Sunday brunch than what's being prepared for you. Try it this Sunday. The Fletcher, North Ankeny Boulevard in Ankeny. The
Back at Centennial. After the first quarter, Jaguars a 4-point lead over Southeast Polk. As Andy, the scoring situation pretty easy to keep track of. 9 points for Sam Glenn, 3 for Josiah Cole, 3 3-pointers, 2 from Glenn, and 3 free throws as he was fouled on 1 3-point shot. So they need a little more variation, a little more people getting into the scoring action.
Yeah, and Tyler Rogers started to cover him a lot closer, as well as Garrett Severseek when he was in as well. They just a lot tighter, and they didn't really know what to expect from Polk without seeing much ahead of time. What a move
down the lane
man.
With kind of a reverse spinner up and good. Caleb Van Meter.
A lot of English on that one.
Puts it in. And it's a 6-point lead.
Good defense there by Centennial.
Out on the wing there to Cole. Well, back up top to Glenn, to the other Glenn. He kicks it out. Now gets it for 3. Whoa, just off, and Josiah Cole stuck a hand in there for a minute. And it'll be Centennial's ball.
Brady Peterson for a guy with, I actually see now 5 different guys at 44 listed on him on the program, and he's been in for quite a few minutes for the Jags getting that rebound there.
McCullough over on the left side now to Ty Rogers, and he goes up and right into Glenn. Long 3, battled around and up. Oh, nice move inside by Peterson.
Peterson just so physical in there. He just cleared everybody out with his paws.
And then the finesse to move it to the left hand, though, and get the shot off the glass there. Away from the defender. 8-point lead now for Centennial. Cole over to Glenn. James Glenn. Pull up and banks it home.
The 18-foot bank shot. And I will say that it is definitely not open at this time of night.
Spoken by a true banker, but what kind of interest do you give him on that one, man? There's a long 3 off, no good, and Glenn picks it up and foul on the rebound as bodies go to the floor. Cole and McCullough, and they're going to call McCullough on the foul for Centennial. That'll be his first and the 5th team foul here at the half. And he'll come out, and Ben Breeding will come back in.
There's a lot of length on this Centennial team, man.
Yeah.
You get 6'6", 6'7", 6'7", 6'4", 6'5", just a lot of length out there.
And left him open. He puts up the 3 and a little long.
2 open.
I just thought down on the baseline a little easier 3 than just off a little bit. It's hard to kind of judge that.
That depth perception can be difficult there.
Centennial back out. They'll set it up again. Tyler Rogers almost knocked away by Hackbarth.
A lot of active defenders for Polk.
There's a 3. Good!
Where did this guy come from?
Hey, Peterson from downtown.
Such touch. We saw, like we talked earlier, banging around down low and then up here. Just a nice, easy touch for the three.
Glenn fakes. He pulls back, steps back for three, rattles down, no good. Rebounded by the other Glenn.
Kid's
and he
gonna be
gets
good.
it back.
Kid is going to be real good.
Lobs it in to Cole. He decides not there. Glenn, pull up. Oh, down and out. Can't get it to go. Quickly the other way, and there's a foul all the way as Cole tried to undercut him going in, and Brandt gets the bucket and the foul.
Cole drew enough contact but didn't, as we might say on the gridiron, finish the block. He's got to make sure that that shot cannot go up and in. Just way too much contact, but not physical enough to prevent the ball from going up and getting laid in.
Yeah, I think he's trying to shield him out away from the basket, but like you say, it was just enough that he got under it. And
you know, the key right now is Sam Glenn's got to not press right now. He's forced a couple shots here lately. Didn't have without the touch that he had early on, and a little frustrated. Didn't get the call at the end of the quarter there, and now he's missed 4 shots in a row and just can't quite find the range. Great shooter though. He's got to keep shooting, but choose his spots. Don't quite force it like he has been so far.
So Lathan Brandt to the line to shoot the free throw. And rattles out. Rebound McCullough. He'll go right back up and in.
Now you can see the length and the physicality of Centennial starting to wear on the Rams.
Southeast Polk, Alan Jenkins wants a timeout to talk it over as Centennial's extended to 13 here on CISN.TV.
Saving feels great. At Mid-American Energy, we love saving too. Saving the environment by supporting tree planting, which improves air quality. Saving money by investing in wind energy, which keeps rates low. And saving you energy by providing tips to help make your home more energy efficient. Which means you can take those savings and put your energy into having fun. Saving definitely feels great. So does being obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
When you go to bbb.org to check out a business, you'll learn if it's BBB accredited, see its grade on customer service, and read honest, useful reviews from local people. For online recommendations you can trust, start with trust at bbb.org/Iowa.
Here at Centennial, it's an 11-2 run by the home team Jaguars against Southeast Polk, and they've pulled out in the second quarter to a 27-14 lead after leading by just 4 at the end of 1. Dar Danielson, Andy Pollock with you here in the season opener. Good ball game in the first one. The Southeast Polk girls roared out to the lead and held on to down the Centennial girls 51-44. And
that was a fun game. There's going to be a lot of, we'll hear a lot of noise out of both those teams as the season wears on.
Southeast Polk got to get some offense here, and as you said, not force it.
Really seen Centennial with their wings and guards really extend their defense out, put a lot of pressure on the ball and get a lot of tip passes, allowing their big guys down low to just stand there and protect the rim.
Those open looks Southeast Polk had earlier kind of going away a little bit as Centennial comes out on defense.
There's really not a big man on the court for Polk right now.
Oh, nice little move by Glenn in the lane, dishes it over. Now gets it back to Caggiano, and he traveled with it.
They just, like I said it before, they just have them playing at a little bit different pace than they want to be able to play right now. Rushing things on the wings.
And here comes Centennial. Tyler Rogers, Lathan Brandt in there, and there's Rogers with the shot. McCullough also in there along with Breeding.
Those aren't the shots that have really got Centennial this lead in the game. Working it down low and the physical nature of the game, that's what's allowed them to take the lead.
Caggiano gets it off, now poked away. Back the other way, Breeding goes up and, oh! I don't know if he wanted to dunk that. And
he did, he lost it on the way up.
On the way up, and now, speaking of losing the handle, Caggiano does it the other way. And Brandt, back over to Brandt, now on the wing. To Van Meter.
Look for a back cut here on the edge. You notice some of the defenders for Polk kind of get their eyes off their players every once in a while.
3 up. Oh, just stolen away McCullough with some thievery there and puts it in.
You know, one thing that's interesting here, they're not necessarily going over the back, but they're really using their body to create some separation and really just clearing them out. They call it the old hit and get. Right now is the term in basketball. Hit the man and then go get the ball.
And if you talk to officials, there is really no such thing they say is over the back. McCullough, oh man, what control there. Because you can go over as long as you don't, gain an advantage with it.
A lot of times they'll talk about the principle of verticality being straight up and down. And
Caggiano drives and was fouled before the ball stuck up there, so he'll get the shoot. Ben Breeding
caught the official saying with the arm bar on the call, so haven't thought we might have stumbled upon a cage fight here tonight.
So they'll say before the shot, so they'll inbound it. Caggiano back to Glenn and now back. Glenn, free throw line looking for the shot, but they double team him. There's a long three, and he's fouled again in three-point range. Tyler Rogers fouls Sam Glenn.
I need to pay closer attention because that's probably the third or fourth time we've seen him go down after a three-point shot. I'm not sure if there's a flop there, if there is actually that much contact. I'll pay a little bit closer attention to that.
I think he did come out on him, and he misses the free throw there. So he was 3 of 3 on the first time. Misses that one. Breathing kind of heavy there because he's having to work hard to try to get the opening.
And Tyler Rogers is a physical player, extremely physical player. So it does not surprise me at all that he's closing out that hard, but Glenn definitely going down pretty easy out there.
So he made the first three on a three-point foul, missed the front two here and hits the final one there. So he ends up 4 of 6. And he's got 12 points, 12 of the 15 points for Southeast Polk. We need to find somebody else to get the ball in the hoop. McCullough throws it over, right side to Seversike.
Breeding wanted the ball hard off the roll there.
Brandt now drives in, and he was chopping his feet like football there, and he got fouled and just kept going.
These two teams, in fact, Southeast Polk, they split during the regular season in football, and it appears by the physicality of this game that some of that's carried over.
So Hackbarth will come in for Caggiano. Getting a little coaching on the sideline there, telling him to set those feet and go.
He's got 3 right now, so we won't see him for a while.
And the free throw up and good by Lathan Brandt. Now 1 of 2 from the line.
Substitution for the Jaguars, number 44, Brady Peterson.
Brady Peterson back in. Second free throw is good. Here. So just 3 points in the second quarter for Southeast Polk.
Great defense. Wow, great defense right there by McCullough.
Yep. And then Brandt with the strip. And then a jump ball call, and that'll go to Southeast Polk.
Hackbarth, real quick hands, getting it in there and tying up Seversike.
And Southeast Polk wants to take a timeout. They trail here 33-15 in the second quarter. Back with more after this on CISN.TV.
Every month or so, there's another story in the media about when and how often we need to get our mammograms. Kind of confusing. When this happens, I like to consult with experts. So I called Iowa Radiology. They recommend women get an annual mammogram starting at age 40. They know that it's the best way to detect cancers early and save lives. And that's good enough for me. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule your mammogram. Iowa Radiology, our focus is your good health.
Here at Ankeny Centennial, the Jaguars have opened it up here in the second quarter, outscoring Southeast Polk 17-2 to take the 18-point lead here.
Really allowed their height advantage to take over.
And Glenn drives, throws it over. Go back down baseline. Get it back to Glenn. He pulls up for three. No good. Rebound comes down to Preston Kelling. Kelling quickly up the floor, but Glenn is there.
Glenn playing free safety back here.
Yeah.
You can see him. He's the offense right now. He's who they are trying to get the ball to for Polk.
And he gets called offensively there.
He did it twice in a row. The second time he was definitely going to get called. He's frustrated.
And more of a grab of that hand that time by Glenn. His second, 8th team foul, so we'll come down and shoot on the other way. And Coach's going to take him out, talk to him a little bit.
Yep. He's frustrated. He hasn't made a shot in a while. He's got to just cool down a little bit. He's a good player, good shooter. Just really trying to carry too much of the load right now.
And offensive foul, so there won't be shooting. Here's the three. No good. Rebound pulled down by Southeast Polk. Cryer. Here's Cole. Now the other Glenn, he dribbles in. The younger Glenn throws it out for three, and it banks in again. The bank is open even at this hour.
I guess so. At least the drive up right now, right?
Yeah. Under a minute to play here, 33-18. Southeast Polk's going to need a lot more of those to get back in this. And foul will be called on Caleb Cryer.
There's too much body right there for Cryer.
We'll send Seversike to the line. One the bonus. Ben Breeding comes in, replacing Brady Peterson.
Peterson, some great minutes off the bench tonight. I'm always a fan of big men getting in there and making
most,
some things happen. Yeah.
And it's the free throw. Second free throw coming for Seversike. Bounces around and pulled down by Southeast Polk. James Glenn throws it to the wing and gets it back.
This lineup is keeping Centennial out of the lane on defense.
Now down the lane and blocked.
Just so much of a height advantage.
By McCullough, and that'll do it. Outscored them 18-6. Centennial did here, and they go into the halftime locker room with a 34-18 lead. We'll take a break, come back and check out some of the individual scoring, the individual stats here after this on CISN.TV.
In Ankeny, words cannot even begin to describe our Sunday brunch. You won't find a better Sunday brunch than what's being prepared for you. Try it this Sunday. The Fletcher, North Ankeny Boulevard in Ankeny. The Fletcher in Ankeny. Words cannot even begin to describe our Sunday brunch. You won't find a better Sunday brunch than what's being prepared for you. Try it this Sunday. The Fletcher, North Ankeny Boulevard in Ankeny.
Your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us. Or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing. 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing. We size, we style, we ready to
Closeout event, Shottenkirk Shottenkirk Chevrolet Waukee. Up to $4,500 off, plus 0% for 72 months on new 18 Silverados, including 2,500 and 3,500. 0% for 72 on Volt, Cruise, and Trax. And 2019 Equinox. New 19 Equinox. $245 per month lease. Only $999 plus taxes and fees. Up to $5,500 off, plus 0% for 72 on all new Tahoes and Suburbans. Hurry in. Shottenkirk Chevrolet Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com. Black Friday.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury, whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. You can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
Saving feels great. At Mid-American Energy, we love saving too. Saving the environment by supporting tree planting, which improves air quality. Saving money by investing in wind energy, which keeps rates low. And saving you energy by providing tips to help make your home more energy efficient. Which means you can take those savings and put your energy into having fun. Saving definitely feels great. So does being obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Is this your hometown clothing store? The one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us. Or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing. 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing. Your size, your style, we got it all.
We're here at halftime at Ankeny Centennial High School. Dar Danielson alongside Andy Pollock, and the score 34-18 Centennial on top of Southeast Polk. And the season opener for both these two teams. Take a look at the scoring rundown. Pretty easy for Southeast Polk. Sam Glenn had 2 threes, 3 free throws after getting fouled on the 3. He got fouled again on a 3 and hit just 1 of 3. So anyway, and hit a 2, so he's got 12 points to lead Southeast Polk. A 3-pointer for Josiah Cole and 1 for Caleb Cryer for their 18 points on the night. All up and down the scorebook here for the Centennial Jaguars, led by Cody McCullough, 6'7" junior, 10 points, 6 points for Lathan Brandt, 5 for Brady Peterson off the bench, 4 for Tyler Rogers, 4 for Preston Kelling, 2 for Micah Johnson and Caleb Van Meter, and 1 for Garrett Seversike here. Centennial led 16-12 after the first quarter and then outscored them 18-6 in the second, and that's where we sit at halftime, 34-18. And I think Southeast Polk came out early, a lot of energy, but then credit Centennial, they adjusted to that, adjusted their defense, gave them fewer open looks, Andy, in that second quarter.
And really, once they took Sam Glenn out of the game for Southeast Polk, there's just not much else there at this point. You know, it's going to take some development over the course of the season. They need to find a second scorer, a second threat, because, you know, the formula has been simple so far, and it stops Sam Glenn. And that's and you saw some frustration set in with him throughout that second quarter as the shots started not falling, you know, really pressuring him on defense. I wouldn't say any shots he took were bad, but, you know, he's got to get rid of them very quick because of how aggressive that Centennial's been on their defense. And, you know, had to take him out after a couple physical plays, but he, you know, if he settles down, the kid's a good player. He's gonna start hitting some of those shots. At some point, he's got to shoot through it.
And that's tough too, because the other players, you know, he's got the hot hand and you want to get it to him, but there's a time when if you see him double team, somebody else has got to step up and knock down a shot and pull some of that double team off him.
And they just don't have the height right now really to compete. You know, he would like if he could drive and be able to dish, but there's so much height there that they've got a lot of shots blocked Centennial has blocked a lot of shots. And, on the offensive side of things, Centennial, not shooting particularly well, but they've been able to get a lot of second chance points on the boards, really allowed their height to take over on that end of the ball, that end of the court too. Patience, working the ball inside, and, some just nice-looking shots inside.
You got to like Cody McCullough. He's really done it on both ends, offensively and defensively. Talking about those blocked shots, he's right in there every rebound, it seems like, and then offensively down the other end. And then Lathan Brandt has had some good drives to the basket, and they've really moved the ball around pretty well here too.
Yeah, McCullough did it with getting a couple fouls real quick early on, able to keep him in the ball game, and, a smooth player. We saw him hit one from the elbow. We've seen him make plays down low, so he's that length, you see it in basketball right now, and it's a huge advantage, right? I'm not overstating anything there, but that length that they have, and these aren't just guys that just stand there and take up space. They move very well too.
Yeah, you get that height, and then you know where to go and where to move with it. And we got a minute here. I want to tell you something coming up tomorrow. We're going to do a sports show here on CISN.TV, the premiere edition tomorrow night here in Ankeny at the Thunderhead. And,
I'll be there.
We're going to be having a couple guests and one guy, Tom Wilson. I got to do a little research on him. He's done something with football. I guess he's coached a few titles, or anyway, he's going to be there and get to talk with him and kind of a wrap up of the football season. And then I think we're going to talk, hockey, high school hockey too.
Big around here right now, yeah.
Throughout the week, we're going to try to get some of the coaches and get a little more time with them. It's sometimes hard. You can get them halftime interviews here and that, but going to try to do a little bit of that tomorrow night at 6 o'clock here live on CISN.TV.
Yeah, and Pete Tarpey has bribed me with free wings, so you can bet your bottom dollar that I'll be there tomorrow night.
Well, that's two of my favorite things, eating and talking sports.
And free.
Yeah.
Throw that in there again. I want to keep reminding Pete. He said free.
Oh, wait, did he tell you that? Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, well.
No, I'll be there. Tom Wilson, obviously a very good friend of mine and my boss in some aspects. So, yeah, I'll definitely be there to check that out tomorrow night.
And so let's talk a little bit in the locker room for Southeast Polk. Let's calm down, try to play a little bit here and move it around more, find some more scores. That's kind of the talk for them. And then for Centennial, everything seems to be working, but I think especially in this point of the season, first game, you want to keep working your offense, keep playing defense, don't get sloppy just because you're ahead here. You want to come out, and I think Coach Fontana will probably be looking for something out of these players that get in off the bench and that, and see if they know the system, know the plays, and know what they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, for Polk, you're most likely not going to shoot your way back into this game. It's going to start on the defensive end of the floor, keeping Centennial from those second chance opportunities, closing out on the rebounds. The physical nature of this game has definitely favored Centennial so far. But then coming back to the offensive end too, a lot of turnovers have led to run-out points for Centennial, whether it be on the layups or the free throw line. So just tightening things up on that end. And like I said before, you got to be able to find a second scorer for the Rams.
Getting ready, warmed up here. And again, we mentioned Paul Yeager will be doing several Ankeny games this season, so watch that. I know Friday night, Dowling Catholic at Valley in a basketball matchup, which should be a good both boys and girls matchups there.
It's a good way to get their attention, the players' attention early in the season, to schedule that one early.
Have that one, and we'll have that here on CISN.TV. So a lot of sports action for you here in the winter sports. And finally kind of seeming like we're getting into the basketball mode here. Not quite yet, but starting to get that way.
And it's fun seeing, like we mentioned earlier, the women's programs in the state having success. The men's programs have been outstanding. The Division I programs to start the year. And, the new coach at Drake, old friend of mine, Darren DeVries, and watch them hopefully turn things around there as well. So,
and interesting, I went to the Drake News Conference of Football team.
Yeah.
Those guys are beaming. They're looking forward to playing Iowa State, and Iowa State off that big win from Kansas State. It's going to be a fun game, I think. Drake has a lot of work to do as his jumper's up and good. 3 by Brandt to start the third quarter here, but it should be it's just a fun matchup. Good, glad they're able to get that going.
Yeah, it'll be a great opportunity for other fans. We'll let you call this one, Dar.
Brandt on the steal, going down, and her bouncer no good, and Glenn with the rebound.
Coach Fontana can't believe no foul called there.
And I think at this point in the game, it's going to have to be pretty hard. Turn around, no good. Rebound comes off to Daniel Hackbarth, off the miss by Micah Johnson. And timeout called by Southeast Polk. I want to talk it over here. We'll take a break and be back after this on CISN.TV.
Moms typically get to make a majority of the healthcare decisions for their family. That can be a lot of pressure, but not for me, because I know the choice is ours. For medical tests like MRIs, X-rays, CAT scans, and of course mammograms, ask your doctor to refer you to Iowa Radiology. They work around our hectic schedules. They're the best at what they do, and they're so great with my family. They truly care, and it shows. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology. Our focus is your good health.
Out of the timeout, Centennial will have the ball. Trying to get something going here, trailing 37-18. Outside, Hackbarth with the drive, kicks it over for three, off, no good, and the rebound to Tyler Rogers.
Really, you can see there's no one really wants to shoot the ball for Polk. Then when Cole does, he can't hit it. You know, once that development comes of another score, it'll make things a lot easier on Glenn.
Cody McCullough has it rim out, and the rebound comes off to Southeast Polk. And Glenn over to Hackbarth. Back across to Caggiano. Misses it, and the rebound comes off.
We saw him get 3 fouls in the first half. Kept him out.
A little slide step there in the turnover. And to be honest, I haven't really had a chance to study up the boys.
No, well, and it's the first game. So
first game, and I mean, overall, you know, and you kind of seems like that basketball mode catches up to you early.
I'm not sure if there's any Des Moines North games on CISN.TV this year, but I think that's going to be a fun, on the boys' side, that'll be a fun group to watch. Ooh, nice quick move.
And shot is up and good at three. Caggiano with the three.
And he's going to be the one, you can tell right now as they close in on Sam Glenn, he's going to be the one, Caggiano, to really try to shoot this team out of this slump.
Shot back up the other way, pulled down by Cole. Glenn. Back to Caggiano. This time McCullough's all over him after he hit that three. Almost a steal out there. Down the lane and blocked away by McCullough.
And that's the tough part. I mean, there's a 7-inch difference right there as
Hackbarth
goes into for the layup.
Yep, 6'1" against 6'7", 6 inch.
Yep, and that's again what allows them to just really press that defense out there.
And then who knows what the wingspan is.
Yeah, on top of it, yes.
Up top for three, no good. Rebound comes off to Brandt.
Yep. And battling inside. Is that going to be 4 on Caggiano?
I think it will be. Yep. Quickly off the bench is Caleb Cryer.
You know, it's tough on Caggiano because he's in there at 6'2", giving up 5 inches to everybody he's gone against. I mean, he's the big man for Polk.
And looking down the line, you know, the size and the depth that the Centennial team has, you think they're going to make some noise here in the CIML this season?
Yeah, and, you know, a little bit late coming into things as we see it tonight, not really knowing what we're going to see, but I've been very impressed. And like you say, yeah, that length is going to be tough on a lot of teams with how many guys they have that are that tall.
Three by Preston Kelling makes it 40-21. We'll take a break on the timeout and be back after this on CISN.TV.
In Ankeny, words cannot even begin to describe our Sunday brunch. won't find a better Sunday brunch than what's being prepared for you. Try it this Sunday. The Fletcher, North Ankeny Boulevard in Ankeny.
Here in Ankeny Centennial, Jaguars, big third quarter, pulled out to an 18-point lead and hanging right onto that at 19 right now against Southeast Polk. Rams in the yellow, Centennial in the home whites. Cole dribbles up top. Now down the lane, kick out to the left side for three. High bouncer battled around and picked up by Cryer. Time two Jaguars gonna out-battle themselves for it. Now back the other way with it, Kelling. Kelling takes it down, gets it off to Brandt, up and, oh, he touched it in the cylinder, I believe. Yep.
Okay, gotcha.
Second too early on that. It was just rolling out and it was still on the cylinder, so you can't touch it when it's in there.
Didn't quite know exactly what the call. I didn't know if he was high enough or not to call that in the cylinder.
And now back to Southeast Polk. Christensen around the top there. Giving the Glens a little bit of a rest here. Sometimes sitting and watching, getting the flow of the game helps you too.
Allows you to learn a little bit, yep. Yeah, just not the firepower right now with the Southeast Polk squad to make this game super competitive tonight. We saw a lot early on from them. They're really able to press the tempo, and once things settled in, it was Centennial that really took over the tempo.
And that time McCullough pushes a little bit too much there, battling for the rebound. He'll get called for the foul. His second.
See the Southeast Polk coaching staff, I mean, they're into it yet. I mean, they're really trying to create some energy out there, but just, no spark that we saw. We saw 12 points early on in the first quarter. We were about 5 minutes in and they had 12 points, and they're sitting at 21 right now with 3 minutes to go in the third.
Their leading scorer right now on the bench. Good fake, dish off. Cole with the bucket. And the three back the other way.
Transition, they just couldn't get back. Positive thing, and then that was a Seversyk with a shot.
Seversyk with the three. And it's 43-23. Hackbarth dishes outside, and that one's long. Hackbarth almost had the rebound, but pulled out of there. The throw out to McCullough. He'll take it in and gets nice room around Glenn.
Yeah, good finesse by McCullough there. It looked like he was going to go up to try to put that one down at the last second, slipped it off to the side and kissed it off the glass.
His first 2 points of the second half. He's got 12 overall, had 10 in the first half, and there's a foul on the shot.
Cole really shooting through a canopy there. There's a lot of arms a lot longer than him going up at the same time he is.
Now McCullough picks up his third personal. And Cole goes to the line to shoot free throws, misses that one. And Breeding comes in, replacing Micah Johnson. 2 minutes to play here in the third. Second free throw just short. McCullough gets the rebound. I haven't kept rebounds. He's got to be close to double-double with what he's done
been
there
all
tonight.
over, yep.
There he is on the baseline again. Oh, and puts it right back up.
Probably got away with a little bit of a stutter after he came off the pick and roll, but able to clean up his own trash and put it in.
Up high to Glenn, back to the other Glenn, down the lane, running right-hander short. And there again, McCullough didn't block that, but there was an influence there as he left it a little short, thinking that McCullough wasn't seeing him there.
Yeah, the influence is a great way to talk about it, a great description of it, because he is altering a lot of shots in there.
And that one goes off of Breeding, out of bounds.
Fred Johnson.
Fred Johnson in to replace Cole.
The Jaguars, number 44.
And back in is Brady Peterson. He got 5 points in the second quarter when he came in off the bench. And he'll give McCullough a little bit of a breather.
Coach Jenkins for Southeast Polk, probably not the type of game he was hoping for tonight as he starts off his tenure here. But, you know, there's some young talent here, but they've really, you know, you can't coach the length that Centennial has right now, and they just do not have that on the roster at Polk.
And there's the three by James Glenn. And foul on Sam Glenn, his third. Just the second here of the second half.
He tried to bait him into that on the inbounds pass. Thought maybe he could get it in without Van Meter seeing that he was there, but got a little bit of extra arm.
Left side on the drive and knocked away, but Glenn can't come up with it.
You know, plays like that with you know, James Glenn, a young sophomore. You know, he'll make that play. That'll be a steal. You know, and whether that's in the key is going to be in the development. Is that a steal in 4 weeks? Is that a steal in 3 months? When does that become a steal and not just a deflect that goes back to Centennial?
Back up top. Now down the lane. Runner is good by Van Meter.
Yeah, good strong take by Caleb Van Meter in the lane.
He's got 4. And out on the other end is Sam Glenn.
You know, Sam Glenn just starting to realize he's settled down quite a bit here. He's starting to realize he's not going to get all those calls. He's trying, but he's just not going to get all those calls.
I think that was early in the quarter. They're talking to him over there, having him watch some things and that. Under 10 seconds now to play. See if Centennial gets off a last shot. And a Breeding. Through the lane, knocked around, and they won't get a shot off.
With 1 quarter remaining.
And 49-26. A 21-point quarter there for Centennial. And they lead here. We'll go to the final quarter after this on CISN.TV.
Is this guy a contractor who does good work or a contractor who needs work? For a reliable recommendation, trust the Better Business Bureau, protecting consumers for over a century. When you go to bbb.org to check out a business, you'll learn if it's BBB accredited, see its grade on customer service, and read honest, useful reviews from local people. For online recommendations you can trust, start with trust at bbb.org/Iowa. Is this guy a contractor who does good work or a contractor who needs work? For a reliable recommendation, trust the Better Business Bureau, protecting consumers for over a century. When you go to bbb.org to check out a business, you'll learn if it's BBB accredited.
Here at Centennial High School, the Jaguars have this well in hand, looking to take the sweep on the night as the girls beat Centennial in the opener 51-44. And now the boys here leading 49-26.
Crowd starting to work their way out as well. We had a really nice crowd
for a Tuesday night. You know,
yeah.
I was wondering because sometimes the start of the season, people are slow to come out, especially when it's cold in basketball. But no, a really good crowd here tonight. Glenn with the shot, misses, saved in, but to the Brady Peterson. Yeah, sometimes you don't. I think just the matchup of those rated girls teams. Then they stuck around for quite a while here in the boys matchup too, you know. When I was in my senior year, junior year, we had a couple good, the girls teams were rated, and so usually the crowds were big for their games, and then when we played second.
Everybody cleared out. We'll just say it got a little
cleared out, yeah.
Got a little late.
We'll just say it was a little quieter
yeah.
for the boys' games there.
No, it's both these schools have done a great job supporting their girls' athletic programs. You know, Centennial here, you see just huge crowds for their girls' games. There he finds the range.
A couple threes there. And it's 49-32. Oh, almost got the three over there, Peterson. Well, he's not afraid to put it up anywhere on the floor, is he?
Not at all.
Well, there's another three off, no good. A rebound comes down to Micah Johnson.
That's the type of thing. Glenn can't be doing that up at the top of the key. He almost got a very cheap fourth one there.
Yep. And then they're going to call Peterson on the foul there.
Foul charge number 44, Brady Peterson. His first, team third.
Third foul, first on Peterson, third team foul.
Substitution for the Jaguars, numbers 5, Preston Kelly.
Preston Kelling back in and Lathan Brandt back in.
You know, Van Meter's a nice little option off the bench for Centennial. He's done some nice things tonight. Gives him a little spark of quickness that you haven't seen. You know, Tyler Rogers, a muscular guy, a physical guy, but Van Meter just able to add that little extra step in there.
Glenn back to Glenn. Now up top to Hackbarth. Free throw line jumper, almost got the bounce, but won't fall for Caggio.
Man, McCullough a long ways up in the air for that rebound.
And Brandt. McCullough will send it over to the left side. Now inside McCullough, good spin up and under. That's 16 for McCullough.
Great move, felt the defender on his hip, spun away from him.
Oh, Brandt almost threw it away, but his brother able to snag that. Caggio down the lane and draws the foul. See who that goes against. McCullough.
Caggio O'Hare able to just hang in the air a little extra longer. It was dangerously close to a travel, but able to give that little kick at the end.
McCullough's fourth. He may come out of there. Caggio hits the free throw. He's got 4 points. That was me when the guy comes in, he doesn't know, and you're hiding. No, don't point to me. I'm not coming out.
I want to finish after he just had a great finish at the rim.
Second free throw for Caggio. In, good. He's got 5 points. All those coming here in the third quarter. And look down the baseline, not there, and
yeah, that was Glenn fighting through the screen at the top of the key. Yep. And again, as much as he wants to play hard defense, they need him on the court. they need him on the court.
Number 4. That second quarter kind of did it. They pulled out, outscored them 18-6, and haven't looked back, Centennial, since then. It was just a 4-point advantage after one. And then a foul off the ball.
Keaton Gray getting in the scorebook tonight.
Keaton Gray is first, team fifth.
A lot of guys seeing action tonight for Centennial.
Long three, but Caggio off no good, and it caught Glenn coming down, so it'll go back to Centennial. And back in Seversyke, Garrett Seversyke, 6-foot senior.
Looking ahead as we go down the schedule this year, Centennial with they're going to be a tough matchup just by their length that they've got.
And foul on the floor there.
One thing they're going to need to work on developing is a little bit of an outside threat, because when they match up with some of those teams that can match their height, how are they going to react to it?
And foul from behind. They go on Severside. Yep.
Foul charge number 30, Garrett Severside, his first, team sixth. At the line shooting 2, Caleb Cryer.
So Cryer there has seen him take a few shots tonight. Southeast Polk, they're spending a lot of time in the gym. They're going to have to do that right now to develop. They're going to have to be able to shoot their way out of some of these nights. Tonight has not been their night. Good defense. Ooh, really thought there Hackbarth was moving his feet very well right there.
Foul charge number 10, Daniel Hackbarth.
Hackbarth with the foul.
Team fifth.
Second and 15 foul.
Substitution for Centennial, number 35, Cody McCullum.
Ooh, quick hands.
Poked out of there, Caggio, and he keeps it down the line, the sideline, takes it in, and can't get it to fall. McCullough comes away with the rebound, and then
a little frustration by
Caggio. That means
there,
number 5 on him.
Again, just those situations where you start to get a feel for how the season's going. In practice you get away with that, right? Because you don't have anybody there to call the foul, and the coaches tell you, "Come on, get back." But in a game, they get you for those fouls. Just understanding the situation, you're going to get knocked down. There's going to be times that you do get beat on a play, but that means, hey, you got to get back and play the next one. Don't let the frustration carry over into a foul.
And Josiah Cole comes back in for him as he fouls out with 3:50 to play. 5 points.
Oh, that's going to be 5 there as well. And that pretty much shoots it. That's all the scoring for Polk.
Sam Glenn will go out. He sits down with 15 on the night.
He knew it the second he did it as well.
Well, he's smart. He's coming in from behind, but then always gives it away when you hack. You want to push up or, on the ball, but when you hack at it like that,
even if you don't make contact, it draws a lot of notice.
It's just asking for the whistle on that. Yep. And Micah Johnson with another free throw here. And that gives him 4 points on the night, 53-36. Good look inside. And Cryer.
And McCullough doesn't have to go for the steal there. He's got a huge advantage. Let him take the ball down there low, then defend him. Going for the steal, he created a one-on-none fast break, really.
Here's a 3, no good. Little contact there, but this late in the game.
I think the officials are ready for this to be a night.
And battle for it, and somehow they come out of there, and Coach Fontana calls a timeout for Centennial. So we'll take a break, be back with after this on CISN.TV.
Every month or so, there's another story in the media about when and how often we need to get our mammograms. Kind of confusing. When this happens, I like to consult with experts. So I called Iowa Radiology. They recommend women get an annual mammogram starting at age 40. They know that it's the best way to detect cancers early and save lives. And that's good enough for me. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule your mammogram. Iowa Radiology, our focus is your good health.
Miss your hometown clothing store? The one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us, or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we've got it all.
Here at Centennial, Dar Danielson, Andy Pollock, Peter Tarpey. Under 3 minutes now to play. Centennial has had control of this one, the boys, since the second quarter when they outscored Southeast Polk 18-6. And now Southeast Polk's top scorer is fouled out.
So probably their top 2 scorers, most likely, there with.
And there's a 3
Three-point goal from Preston Kelly.
from Preston Kelly.
He's going to be one of the ones as Centennial looks to win some big games this year. You know, they're going to need that outside shooting, him and Rogers.
Yep.
Seversyke.
6'2" junior. He's got a little size for that outside.
Yep.
And all the way in. And then the foul called on Hackbarth.
You know, Rogers, real quick, strong player. Some finesse to finish at the hoop, and that'll come as the season wears on.
Tyler Rogers. Shoot 2.
Number 12.
Let's see, bring in Fred Johnson, replacing Brock Stiles. And Rogers to the line. Hits the first free throw, get one more. So he's got 6 points.
And no one really wanted to take it in after a lot of shots being blocked. No one wanting to take it into the land of the Giants right now.
And
Foul charge number 20, Tyler Rogers.
Tyler Rogers, his 4th foul, 17th foul. Now wholesale substitutions by Centennial here with 1:38 to play and up by 20.
Enjoy this.
Wholesale substitution for the
Let's see,
Jaguars.
Cameron Francis in there, Tyler Shannon, Carter Kester.
Keaton Gray back in the game.
32,
And
Ryder Pigram.
Yep.
Yep. And the free throw is good. By Christensen. Second free throw, no good. And a foul.
You get Hackbarth for that?
Yep.
foul charge number 10, Felix Van Meter.
Everybody gets to play tonight.
Correction, wrong 10, Daniel Hackbarth, that's his 4th.
So we got Ethan Amundsen in there. Also Boone Bain.
Cameron Francis.
Not sure who 44 is.
44,
I don't have that.
yeah. I don't have him on the list here. Let me see if he's on the.
Nope,
He's
not
not
listed.
on that email list that he sent me either. So 44's been that number tonight. There's been about
Yes,
6
yeah.
of them in the both lineups. And I happened to check the scorebook to find out that it was Brady Peterson on the one. There's 3 by. Okay, Boone Bain is 40 then, I guess.
1 minute remaining.
He gets the 3. I wish he was in earlier. Boone Bain, that's a good name. Good basketball name. Boone Bain down the lane.
On the floor for Southeast Polk.
Got a jump ball here, a foul call. Jump ball.
It's Centennial ball on the baseline. On the end line.
33. Jack Allison. 40.
Ooh, nice touch there. Tyler Shannon.
44. Aaron Betts.
This is a situation, maybe in the last couple minutes of the game that you can find someone that can shoot for Polk. And I think, you know what? Boone Bain might be that guy as he hits another three-pointer.
Fouls called. Number 12, Fred Johnson. His first.
Fred Johnson with a foul.
Team 10.
10th team foul, so double bonus here.
Shooting 2,
Cameron Francis, a chance for a couple free throws here. Chance to get in the scorebook. Boom.
A smooth shot from Francis.
And misses a second. Quickly down, try to get another shot up before the buzzer, but nope, they're going to be taken away. And that will do it here tonight. 62-45. Centennial opens the season with a victory here in Southeast Polk. Falls in the season opener. We'll take a break, come back and check the final stats and wrap it up here tonight as Centennial gets the boy-girl sweep on CISN.TV.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
Fletcher in Ankeny. Words cannot even begin to describe our Sunday brunch. You won't find a better Sunday brunch than what's being prepared for you. Try it this Sunday. The Fletcher, North Ankeny Boulevard in Ankeny.
Hey everyone, this is Dan Holm with Ankeny Fanatic. Be sure to check out our website this fall for the best local high school sports coverage around. Whether you're a Hawk or a Jaguar, we'll be covering everything from cross country, man that dude is fast, to volleyball and everything in between. Well hey Kenna, welcome back. You don't want to miss any of the hard-hitting action. Come visit us at AnkenyFanatic.com.
Year-end closeout event. Schottenkirk Chevrolet Waukee. Up to $4,500 off. Plus 0% for 72 months on new 18 Silverados. Including 2,500 and 3,500. 0% for 72 on Volt, Cruise, and Trax. And 2019 Equinox. New 19 Equinox. $245 per month lease. Only $999 plus taxes and fees. Up to $5,500 off. Plus 0% for 72 on all new Tahoes and Suburbans. Hurry in. Schottenkirk Chevrolet Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com. Black Friday.
At Ankeny Centennial, the final here in the boys game tonight, 62-45. Centennial led 16-12 after one, then pulled out in the second, 34-18, 49-26 in the third, and then the final 62-45. Run down the individual scoring, and believe it or not, all these numbers add up. That's pretty good for the
Nice work, yeah.
first game of the season here.
Mid-season form.
15 for Sam Glenn to lead Southeast Polk, 7 for Caleb Cryer, 6 for James Glenn, 5 for Dominic Caggio, 5 for Josiah Cole, 6 for Boone Bain, late 2 threes. Elia Christensen had 1 for Southeast Polk. Leading scorer for both the game, 16 for Cody McCullough. 10 for Preston Kelling is the only 2 in double figures. 9 for Lathan Brandt. 5 for Brady Peterson. 4 for Grant Seversike. 4 for Micah Johnson. 4 for Caleb Van Meter. 3 for Tyler Shannon. 1 for Cameron Francis. So good win for Centennial, and we talked about it coming in. Southeast Polk, a young team with a new coach, Alan Jenkins. Saw some flashes of things they did well here, Andy. A lot to work on, though, for them heading into the next ball game.
Yeah, especially early on. They shot well early, allowed them to stay in the game for the first quarter. But once the shots quit falling, they just don't have that next step, and that's developing an inside game. And as you look up and down their roster, really the height's not there to do that. So they're going to have to get creative throughout the year to win some games of winning. They're going to have to shoot their way out of some nights, like I mentioned earlier, and hit some of those 3-point shots. A lot of times you're drawing up plays to develop layups. Well, they're going to have to work on some plays to open up that 3-point shot.
And for Coach Fontana, got to be happy with the effort here tonight. They got some good length and some scoring and some depth on the bench too.
Yeah, once they extended that defense out and got the hands and really took out the shooters for Polk, it allowed their inside guys. We don't have a stat on the deflects or the blocks tonight that they had, but it was a lot. And you mentioned earlier they were don't even remember the term they used. They were altering the shots, but they were influencing a lot of shots with their length, and they couldn't be more true the way they were playing defense and really filtered the guys into their bigs and let them make the plays.
I think I misspoke earlier. I said they get the sweep, but it's a split here.
Yes, we had the
girls got the early game in a good game there. They win 51-44, Southeast Polk over the Centennial girls. So that'll wrap it up on our opening basketball broadcast of the season. Join us tomorrow night, 6 o'clock here on CISN.TV for our Sports Weekly show. And then Friday night, Dowling Catholic at Valley. And another doubleheader, boy-girls should be another good matchup. Appreciate it, Andy. Thanks for joining me here tonight.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
And for Peter Tarpey running the controls, I'm Dar Danielson. That's going to wrap it up on CISN.TV.